flux capacitor fluxing.
Reticulating splines.
Yes, and the channel is live. So, hello everyone, and welcome to Adventure on So Many Levels, Rime of the Frostmaiden. That's crowd noise cheering on an excellent performance at Chain Lightning, the ancient Netherese sport. I'm Christiana Ellis. I am the Dungeon Master. Our players tonight, Spence as Smaragd Nachtmere.
Did we win?
Lee Burdett as Iggy.
Yeah, I think we did.
David Archambault as Wilfred Cole.
Not only that, we trapped the Tomb Tapper in the next round.
Jason Banks as Rowan.
What's going on, guys? Rowan holds up the trophy. We got the tools. We got the talent.
Paul Weimer as Aule.
We are the champions.
And Nobilis as Arvik.
You're welcome.
So, who would like to sum up what happened last time?
Well, we already had like half of a summary already.
That plus,
We were chased by a tomb tapper. We ran into an arena, and hoping to be able to like use the mechanism of the game somehow to use it against it. That didn't turn out to really work. It was a lot less deadly than we thought it might be. But the tomb tapper was hedged out in a force field while we played. So we played the game, had a lot of fun throwing the ball around. And then Arvik had the bright idea of trapping the tomb tapper in the arena. So we dashed for the edge and just made it out when the tomb tapper reached the arena and triggered another game. And now it has to play a round of arc ball while we run away. Chain lightning.
Yeah.
While we run away.
that plus a certain tiefling has returned, and we might wind up fighting said tiefling soon because said tiefling wants us to leave the city. Well, I think we passed her deadline at this point.
Oh yeah, we're way past it.
Oh,
So the albino tiefling was not happy with us.
Yes, the Avarice, the albino tiefling, who's also a member of the Arcane Brotherhood, along with Valine, your companion. Technically, there's a rule that members of the Arcane Brotherhood are not supposed to harm or interfere with one another. But yeah, so far, Valine has suggested that she doesn't want to be the one to make the first move, but it does seem clear that Avarice might be thinking of, we're a long way from the Arcane Brotherhood's tower. If I'm the only one that comes out of this glacier, who's to say what happened?
What happens under the glacier stays under the glacier.
No, it is a dangerous expedition, and they've already lost 2 of their member.
Mm-hmm.
And that was before they got here. So, I can see where she's coming from.
Mm-hmm. And they died in opposite ways, I just realized, because the one guy got burned at the stake and the other one froze to death.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Let's see.
So clearly,
What's another direction? Right.
necrotic and radiant.
Other
So-
directions would be suffocation and drowning.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in any case, you managed to escape the Chain Lightning arena with the Tomb Tapper at present, looking around in bewilderment as Majin tried to play Chain Lightning at it. But what would you like to do, Seekers? You have also...
We're gonna book it because we only get a certain amount of time before that tomb tapper gets let out. So
Yeah.
Yeah, and if it gets tagged by a ball, it gets teleported out, and there's no rules like it has to stay and watch the game.
Well, no,
Well,
it does.
You get teleported into the stands, which are also within the force field. But
Oh, okay.
yeah. But
Right.
regardless, though, you can certainly go ahead and get moving, because the other thing that we didn't cover is that you have now visited all 8 of the arcane towers, and so in theory have all of the pieces of the right of the arcane octad, which you are told is how you bypass the force field protecting the central spire of the city.
Right, but we do have an ingredient that we're missing, and that is the ashes of the dead.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yes.
and the tomb tapper does not produce ashes when it's dead. So,
I
so
But we did kill some Nothics.
and the and those slots, the green and blue
slugs,
things.
the slugs were extrapanel creatures, and they evaporated when they're dead.
They did?
I don't think that is a specifically specified quality that slots have.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
There
Yeah,
are
yeah,
many
that-
creatures that do that, but the slots, that was not the case.
okay. Well, then we need to go to wherever we left a corpse. That's
Um,
closest. And
question. Did Mara pick up the ashes of Iriolathus after she...
Yeah, but they got toasted in
Holy
holy water.
Well,
Yeah.
so she specifically purified them with holy water, which you suspect would likely interfere with their ability to perform this type of magic.
Okay.
I mean, it's not a bad thought, but in this case, it probably would not be effective.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just thinking that you don't get much more dead than Iriolathus.
well, in any case, we need to pick a spot to go to get these to get a corpse that we can reduce to ashes to do this. And the quicker we do that, the better.
Well, we know there's big slod bodies. Let's go get those.
Yeah.
So we know where that is.
Right, but isn't that all the way all the way across the city from us?
Yep, pretty much.
Weren't they all the way on the north side of
It
town?
was,
Yeah.
yeah, it was up here, yeah.
Yeah. If there's a place closer that we've killed the body, we'll find it. But I
There was-
suppose we head in that direction.
I
Well,
thought the
there was-
Nothics were around the center somewhere.
Yeah,
that's where the Nothics were. Is,
Yeah, let's go that way.
Yeah, let's get them, because that's where we fought Iriolathus, and he had Nothics with him.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay,
Did the
let's go.
Nothics not run away? You did kill the Nothics? I don't remember off the top of my head. But,
We killed one and the others ran.
Yeah.
okay, so you are gonna head in that direction then?
Yes.
Yep.
If
With speed, because the Tomb Tapper might get out of the game anytime.
Yeah.
exactly.
Well, do you even look back, or do you just say, "All right, we're moving"?
I think it's. I
We're
think it is
walking, we're
prudent. We just
walking,
yes,
we're
we
walking.
move. Look over our shoulder, maybe, but not. We're not hanging around to see what's happening.
All right.
If I had Snowball, I would have him stay back and let me know when it ended. But oh wow.
So as you hurry along, let's go ahead and get another percentile dice for a random encounter roll, please.
I'll do it, guys. What could go wrong?
As long as I don't do it, because the last 3 times I rolled for the Iriolathus.
19.
Nothing. You don't encounter anything on your way to that
Alright.
location. So you head back up to where you fought, and sure enough, although it's now kind of frozen, there is the corpse of a Nothic where you left it.
Well, I think a little bonfire will take care of that freezing and and nicely reduce it to ash.
It's going to take a little while.
Iggy?
Yep.
I mean, it's going to take a while.
Yeah.
Or at least, well,
Hold
it'll
on.
at
Do we,
least
does
take
it,
care of the
how,
freezing.
does it have to be the ash of entire body? Because perhaps we just need some ashes, and like we can cut off a piece of it and reduce that to ash.
And would the laser rifle be hotter than a bonfire?
Probably.
Well, I mean, it theoretically would, but a bonfire kind of burns everything at once.
Okay.
But
I can also throw some firebolts into the mix.
All right.
Just,
Well,
you know-
you guys with the hot stuff, go ahead. I will stand guard because I don't do any of that.
Yeah, I'm. Yeah.
Sacred flame.
I think it takes you guys some trial and error. Honestly, personally, I think that the create bonfire is probably the way to go because you can kind of just have the whole thing in there. But that's not to say that all of those other things aren't helping. So you've got that burning. Let's see. In the meantime,
It was mostly that nobody was doing anything, so Mara's just like, we need to finish this. Sacred flame.
okay. Well, Mara, while you are, looking around at all this happening, you do spot at one point a gargoyle perched on top of one of the, nearby tall buildings, and you think it's one of Avarice's gargoyles that seems to be watching you.
Hmm.
It's a ways away, but you're perceptive.
So I will point that out to Valine. Valine, I think your friend is trying to decide what to do with us.
Well, I am not terribly surprised. I'm frankly astounded that we haven't been ambushed already.
With that, Wilfred is going to pay extra attention to the surroundings because ambush is not good.
I may not be the brightest person amongst us, but if I were Avarice, the time to attack us would be when we're doing the ritual. So she may be watching for us to do that, and then she launches her.
Or
strike.
wait for us to
Finish it and then go, and then go through our throat.
Mm-hmm. We will be our weakest after we have invaded the tower.
Mm-hmm. Right. So if we have everything, and somebody's written down everything we need to do, is there anything else we need to do in the city before we go into this tower and take care of this lich and find a weapon so I can fight the Frostmaiden and all that good stuff?
So we have the poison, we have the ashes.
I think
We
while
have-
you are, it takes a while to burn a body down to ash, especially if it's starting out frozen solid. So I think you guys are sitting out there for an hour at least.
At
Okay,
least.
then we'll just.
That means whoever is not needing to do magic to contribute to this process can probably take a short rest.
I'll take a short rest.
Yes, it's a throwing firebolt. Me,
Right.
me,
will
Mara,
take a short
and Iggy are doing the fire stuff. So
Okay.
Well, if
Yeah,
you
I'm not
take
down
short
enough hit
rests-
points to actually merit using any hit dice, but
Yeah, I actually still have some. I have some temporary hit points left. So
Well, you guys don't have to do a short rest. I'm just offering that you're going to
Is
be
all?
sitting around for an hour is all. In fact, actually, now that I've been provoked, someone roll percentile dice again.
I'll do it. 65.
oh,
Okay.
Oops. Sorry.
Okay. Well, I will go ahead and because I imagine some of you might have already clicked the button or whatever. This happens as you are kind of finishing up with the body. Like those of you who are taking a short rest can have finished that already. And let's see. I'm going to.
No, not
Not the cubes.
again.
No,
not
you're
the
not
cube.
there. I'm just
I know,
using
I
that
know.
screen for the.
Oh god, that would be
you get
terrible.
ambushed by a what is the venereal word for oozes? A herd,
I don't know.
flock?
A pool?
A glob.
A,
Squidge.
a squirk?
A squidge.
you know what?
A squidge.
I think it would be cool if it was something like a mire of slimes, or
A
Oh,
mire.
yeah, that's
Oh,
good.
yeah.
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 A
or
mire of slimes.
yeah, or a muck of slimes. You know,
No, I think it's a
Right.
muck of flans.
So I think here's how this plays out is that you are all hanging out. You know, you're resting, except for those of you who are working on burning this body. And I think have everyone make a perception check.
Ollie's concentrating on burning the body.
Okay, we got some high rolls there.
Iggy, multi-attack.
Yeah. So, what I think you notice, those of you who notice anything, is as you're finishing up, you're kind of just taking a look around again, and then you say, wait a minute. There are more light poles, like the I don't know, just like little arbitrary sculptures that are here and there in the city, but there are more of them around you than before.
Mhm.
I don't think it's going to actually help, but I'm going to try Divine Sense.
Okay.
That's it. Use your new paladin abilities.
Mhm. So that'll tell me if it is any celestial fiend or undead within 60 feet.
No.
I didn't think so, but it was worth a try.
So proud he's becoming a paladin.
Don't blink.
So yeah, currently, like I said, you are where you were, but you're just looking around and you're just realizing, yeah, like there are more of those. Like they're sort of weird, just like abstract, like decorative sculptures, that kind of show off that they're fancy wizards that can do fancy sculpting with magic and stuff like that. But there are now more of them around you than there were.
Wilfred is going to do a minor illusion of a rat just kind of appear at the base of one of those new things. See if maybe that gets a reaction.
Okay. There's no reaction.
Okay. Interesting. Wilfred got his hand axe back, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but the handle had been pared down in order to make it grippable by Ervik's hands, so it may not be in great shape.
Well, Wilfred's going to toss his hand axe at one of them, like attack.
Okay. Yeah. So I think between all of you, you can have agreed on which ones are the new ones that weren't there before.
Or at least one that's the most likely to be a new one.
Yeah. Well, I think that, with some of those high perception checks, what you recognized is like, and look at that one, it's not even on a corner like all the rest are. It's just in the middle of the sidewalk. Like there's no way that it was there before. It was not in that spot before. And so go ahead and make an attack roll to throw your axe at.
That is a
nat 20, you said?
natural 19.
Okay. Okay. Well, hang on though. What is your range for throwing the hand axe?
20 to 60.
Okay. So it just means that unless you get within 20 feet of it, you would be attacking with disadvantage.
I would go ahead and get within 20 feet.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So with 19 then, you attack, and although this thing looks like it should be stone, the axe kind of chops into it, and the whole thing lurches and a big mouth and eyes open up on it, and then
Mimic.
Yeah.
Mimics.
So go ahead and roll damage for it, but we're gonna also go ahead and roll initiative.
So I can go ahead and do the crit, since that's
Yeah. I mean that's your rules, right? Well.
Haha. 18 or no, 16
Okay.
max damage.
All right. Cool. Okay. So Wilfred at least would have been within 20 feet of one of them, but I unless anyone is unhappy with the layout that I've just set up here, if you are, let me know. Otherwise, we'll use this.
Spitting mimic.
Yeah.
Is that like sensing bubbles? No.
Is the spitting image?
Yes, not the sharper
Let's
image.
see.
Well, hopefully not.
All right.
Will you put me on the turn order, Christiana, please?
Okay. Well, so I feel like every single time this goes differently because you all had duplicates on there already. You should not. Okay, I'll just do it. It's fine. But you should not need me to put you on the turn tracker. If you select your own token and then roll it, it should. But okay, never mind. Don't worry about it. It's fine. It's fine. You're on there.
Okay.
It's all good.
Yes.
Oh man. Okay. Let's see. I don't have Feline on there because oddly enough, this is not the encounter that I had prepared for because it's a random encounter because you guys are screwing around.
No,
Screwing around. We're driving towards the goal as directly as we can.
You're sitting around. Is what you're doing. You're just out in the middle of the city. You've got a fire going.
You know,
Roasting some meat.
I was sitting there.
It's a picnic. We're having a barbecue here.
I was sitting there thinking, maybe if we were going to be here for an hour, we could have probably put up the dome.
Yeah.
Woulda, coulda,
Too
shoulda.
late.
All right,
yeah.
so 16 damage for that first one attacked by Wilfred.
Yep.
And look at them getting super low initiative on their rolls. But I think, you know what, I'm just going to declare this, unless anyone really protests, that even though Wilfred is lower in that initiative, technically he started it by his attack, so we're going to start at that point of the initiative.
Okay.
Just because
Okay.
even though D&D's rules don't specifically work like that, it literally doesn't make sense any other way, I don't think.
Okay.
Unless we wanted to just put him at the top. I don't know. It's whatever. All right, it's fine.
DM rules.
Sure,
Well,
let's go for it.
I just, yeah.
We'll give your monsters a chance this time.
All right. Okay, so Wilfred, if you had anything else you wanted to do on your turn, you can do that now.
I'm definitely going to take out my. Yeah. I'm going to move up from it. Take out my hammer.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, there we go.
All right. Yeah?
Yep.
Are you attacking?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll go ahead and attack.
I mean, I just assumed. Was that not the plan?
13?
13 does not hit. You
Okay.
you bounce your hammer off of a thick piece of hide that it forms there in that spot.
Okay.
All right, Ale.
All right, so I'm going to shoot a firebolt at that mimic.
Okay.
See how well they burn.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, firebolt.
All right.
So that is a 22
That'll hit.
for 10 fire damage.
Nice.
Then I will move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I'll move here.
Okay. All right. That now makes it their turn. So the one that let's see, the one that you just attacked, Wilfred, that is right there, is going to attack you with its pseudopod. And then it's actually also going to attack Ale with a pseudopod.
Oh, it's got reach.
So
Oh, fun.
16 against Wilfred and then 12 against Ale. But then it's also going to try to bite Wilfred. But only gets a 13 for that, so...
No hits.
Yeah. But the other ones, let's see. This one that's up here is going to. The big mouth opens and it goes, and it's spitting acid at you, Ale.
Oh, Oh joy.
It gets a 17 to hit, which I don't think hits you.
That does not hit me, no.
All right, yeah. So you just duck out of the way as a little blob, skids across the pavement and starts to hiss and smoke. And then, bloop, bloop,
Warp.
bloop. And this one is going to spit acid at Valine, who's right there. But only gets a 5, so it misses her too. So congratulations, Mimics. You are useless. Iggy.
Except for using up our spells.
Iggy, you're up.
All right. Let's go ahead and try Mind Sliver against that one that hit Valine, that attacked Valine.
Okay. All right. What does it need to do?
Intelligence save of 15.
It gets a 12.
Okay. So that's 2d6, which is 7
Nice.
psychic damage. And d4 less on its next saving throw.
All right. Yeah.
That's a twofer.
Yeah. So that sculpture groans and develops like a furrowed brow. All right. Are you moving anything else?
No, I'm pretty comfortable. I'm where I am.
Okay. All right. So go ahead then, and that would make it your turn, Arvik.
Okay, I will start with using a bonus action to cast Shield of Faith, boosting my armor class to 17.
Okay.
I will draw my greatsword and charge in against the mimic.
All right.
And first, and I got a 16 to hit.
A 16 does hit.
Okay, and I did 4 damage.
All right. Well, you do slash a laceration in its side, which drips blood before it seems to kind of absorb again. Not that it's healing, but just that it's capable of changing its shape so that there's not a wound there.
Yes. Yep. All right, and yeah, that's my turn.
All right. Valine's turn. She's going to go ahead and use her old reliable cantrip, Chill Touch, against that same one. Gets a 14 to hit, which just hits. And does 11 necrotic damage.
If Feline were to step up right behind me, I could use my interception ability to protect her from damage if something attacks her.
It's not a bad idea, although right now, if she were to do that, she would be entering its melee range, whereas she's not currently in it.
Yeah, it's got
Okay.
10 feet reach.
All right. Well, I'm just saying.
No, I mean, that's good to know.
I moved up against Wilfred for my own protection abilities. So yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Rowan.
Alrighty. Nothing fancy here. Rowan's gonna ready his bow and take 2 shots at the mimic in front of Arvik.
All right.
25.
Nice.
Definitely hits, yeah.
That is 9 plus 5, so that's 14 points.
All right. Yep.
Second shot. Oh, an 11.
11 does miss. It suddenly develops like a cartoon hole that your arrow flies through.
All right, that'll be it.
All right. Okay, Mara, you're up.
Sacred Flame. And
Which one?
We lost your audio in the middle of your sentence.
yeah, that's because I was trying to be smart. So the one to the northeast.
Okay.
I am going to do Sacred Flame.
All right. Well, let's have it go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw. That one is not affected by anything right now. So it gets a 19.
Oh, well then nothing happens. and I will stare at it and just be like, "You will not hurt my friends."
Yeah. All right. Wilfred, you're up.
Okay. Well, let's see if I can make it work better with my hammer this time.
Okay.
Natural 20.
Nice.
Nice.
Bam, bam.
Great thing. That would be 20 damage.
Nice.
It's still up?
Yep.
Well, let's do it again.
Mhm.
For a 19.
Another crit?
Yeah,
Holy-
yeah.
No, is that
Dirty 19.
dirty
Okay.
19? Okay.
Yeah.
Dang.
So
For 6.
that does hit. All right. Yeah. So that first hit, you just somehow managed to luck out and hit it whatever it uses for a brain happened to be inside that shape, and it gets kind of wobbly for a second, but it is still up.
Okay. 6 damage was on the second one.
Yeah, I got that, but thanks.
Okay.
Okay. So, are you moving or doing anything else?
Nope.
All right. Aule.
Okay, I'm going to slide up to here, pull out a sword, and see if we can't help chop this thing to pieces.
All right.
That is a dirty 20
We'll hit.
for 5 slashing damage.
Okay.
Let's try another attack on it. That is a 25
Yep.
for another 5 slashing damage.
Yep. Chopping it up, but it's still up. These are some hardy boys.
Yeah, maybe I should have used
They
Dispel
saw,
Sonic.
I did not mean to have it be like the Hardy Boys.
Oh boy, we're killing Boy Scouts from
Yeah.
old books.
They're just trying to solve a mystery, you guys.
The mystery
Okay.
of how these upworlders got into our city.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's my turn.
Darn it, we could have gotten away with it if it weren't for you kids.
Yeah. All right. So I think that the one that you two were just fighting, Wilfred, it's one that one is going to try to spit acid at you.
Oh.
But it misses. Its little wind up is kind of so obvious you're able to evade it with no difficulty.
Wilfred, it did the wind up, and Wilfred just put a shield in its face, and it.
Then the one that's up in the northeast here actually turns back into just a sculpture, even though it's like obviously sitting in the middle of the street now. But it seems to revert to object form. Whereas the one that's up there by you, Arvik, is going to wail on you with its pseudopods and then try to bite you.
All right.
14 to hit,
Misses.
20 to hit.
That will hit.
All right, and that's going to smack you for 7 bludgeoning damage.
Okay, I'm going to use my stone's endurance to reduce that by 4.
Okay. And
Um,
then it's going to try to bite you. And it gets
the temporary hit points I had from before are still there, I believe.
I mean, they should be.
Right. Okay. Yep, so it's still
So,
off 10.
but then it gets a 23 for its bite attack.
That hits.
And it's going to do... Hang on, that's a weird result there. Oh, okay, I see what it's doing. So it does 12 piercing damage plus 10 acid damage.
Oh,
Okay.
nasty.
Yeah, that cut through my temporary hit points.
Yeah, so it kind of flops these big pseudopods at you, and you just kind of tough it out. But then, oh, it's like the T-Rex eating Donald Gennaro in Jurassic Park. Just, oh, but you're a little too heavy. It can't just lift you off the ground. So, but it as it retreats, you definitely got like bite marks around the middle that are hissing and smoking with the acid.
Okay.
Okay, and that is their 3 turns. So, Iggy, you're up again.
All right. Well, in that case, let us try ye good old Eldritch Blasty.
All right, which one?
Oh,
I'll
you know what?
start
I
off-
need to make a Constitution save for my Shield of Faith.
Oh, yep.
So that'd be 11 for the second one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep, we're good. So, which one were you attacking, Iggy?
The one in front of Arvik.
All right,
Yeah, this one over here.
gotcha.
All right, so let's see. It critted.
Nice.
Nice.
So that would be 10 plus, let's see, 10 plus 4.
All right.
And
Knock it back,
I'm
I
going
imagine?
to, yeah, push it back 10 feet.
All right. Bloom. All right.
And second blast is a 19,
Definitely hits.
which is a great big old 13,
Nice.
and another 10 feet backwards.
All right. All right.
You know,
Yeah.
Giants could use on their offensive line.
And I'm going to back up a couple of steps.
Okay.
One more. For good measure. I
Arvik,
have
Iggy just helped you out by pushing it away, but now if you want to keep attacking it with your sword, you have to run back up to it.
No, I think I'm going to use a Ray of Frost. Let's see if that works.
Yeah.
Slow it down. at
14
least.
to hit.
14 just hits.
Okay, and so that does 15 points of damage and reduces its move by 10 feet.
Nice.
And I'm going to step back so that if it decides that it wants to come after me, it
That one's looking pretty rough now. Like, you can see the places where it's trying to do sort of stone-like textures just don't really look right, and it's kind of failing to conceal all the places that it's been injured. It's pretty weak looking.
okay.
All right. Valine, we'll see if she can finish that one off with Chill Touch. But she only gets an 11, so alas. Okay. And that makes it your turn, Rowan.
Alrighty. I'm gonna take a shot. Let's see if I can finish this one off that got pushed away.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take a shot at it with my bow again. But this time I will use Colossus Slayers because they don't seem too hard to hit.
The sharpshooter, you mean?
Sharpshooter.
Sharpshooter, yes.
Well, let's see.
Oof.
A 9 won't do it though.
Work.
Oh,
no.
Wow.
You have
Wow.
the worst dice luck, man, and it's an automated
That-
roller too, so it's not even like just a bad d20.
That one would have hit if you hadn't been using Sharpshooter.
Yeah.
In fact, I
Alright.
think both of them would have.
All right. Well, but that one is not only so far away, but it's also slowed down. It literally can't even get back up to you guys on this next turn.
Right. Well, that's the whole idea. That's the synergy we're working on here.
Sure, sure. All right, Mara.
Sacred flame.
Same one as last time?
Yes, I'm very frustrated that it didn't work last time.
I don't blame you. Let's see if you do better. Ah! It failed this time with an 8.
Hooray!
Yay.
So then, I don't know how much that is because Zoom is in the way. 13 points!
Nice.
All radiant damage!
So if an abstract stone sculpture could whimper, that one does.
Aw.
It gives off little tiny bubbles, like bloop bloop.
Mhm.
Aw.
That's how it whimpers.
But it's still trying to pretend to be a sculpture, though.
Ah.
Yeah, it's now the tragic mask instead of the grinning,
Yeah.
grinning mask. It's now the tragic mask with the.
All right, cool. So anything else from you, Mara?
No, I am done.
All right, Wilfred, that makes it your turn again.
Okay. See if I can take this one out.
We'll see.
Natural 19.
There you go. That'll help.
Another maximum damage of 20.
Nice. This one is looking really bad now. It's not
Not
down,
bad enough.
but it's barely holding it down together.
One. Natural one.
Okay,
oh wow!
yeah.
Take it to give it
I
away.
think what happens with this one is that You actually find that you strike it, but it sort of like it moves back just enough to sort of absorb it, and so you just barely graze it. But then you discover, oh, your hammer is stuck to it.
Oh no.
Cruciata, every time face a mimic, and I have to have a weapon get stuck to it.
That's one of the things mimics do.
I
So,
know.
any
I know.
case. All right, Ale.
All right, let's see. His hammer's stuck, and maybe I can chop it. Chop. So 14.
14 hits.
14 hits
Yeah.
for 11 slashing damage.
Yeah, you kill that one. It sort of shudders all over, releases the hammer, and then kind of just dissolves into like an old 10-foot wide beanbag chair.
Okay, so
Thanks.
That's where beanbags chairs come from. They're all dead mimics.
Yep.
that
now you know.
explains a lot. And then I'm going to
The
move.
horrible, horrible truth.
Yes.
I'm going to move to here.
All right.
Or what if they're all baby mimics?
Oh no, that's even worse.
It's a mimic egg.
All right.
And we've been tricked into hatching them.
Horror
right.
story.
So that was Ale's turn. All right, so let's oops. Let me see if they get their spit back. All right. So this guy up here, slurp, slurp, and that's, let's see. No, you know what? Never mind. I think that one actually starts to slurp away. It moves about 20 feet in the other direction.
Well, I have a way to fix that.
All right, and then this one here is still trying to pretend to be a sculpture, so it doesn't do anything. All right, Iggy.
It might
Okay.
ready in action.
You don't know.
We don't.
So, all right, let's do Eldritch Blast against that one that's trying to run.
Okay.
Nope.
Natural
That's
one
an
is
8.
not going to do it. Nope.
Yep, let's try this one. Dirty 20
That'll hit.
for 8 force damage and pull it 10 feet back.
Yeah, so it comes apart when you pull it back. Like your Eldritch Blast exerts its magical pulling force and just comes away with some of it.
Oh,
Yeah.
It did.
Yeah. All right.
oh, and no, that was both of my Eldritch Blasts. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, because the first one missed.
Yep.
All right. Urbic.
We'll run up next to LA and shoot a ray of frost at that one, because while it is still trying to hide, it had attacked us earlier. It did spit at us. So I am not going to be forgiving. 14 to hit.
Hits.
12 damage plus reduce its move by 10 feet.
All right. That happens. Okay. Valine's turn. She agrees with this strategy.
Yep.
That it's a monster. It tried to kill you guys. Yeah.
No mercy.
Yeah. But she misses with her chill touch, though, which, again, like, given that it's currently trying to pretend to be an inanimate object, is a little, you know. But in any case, that makes it Rowan's turn.
Alrighty, I'm going to take 2 shots at this one. Hopefully,
All right.
I suck. Let's try.
19 will hit.
Yay! So that will be. So 5 plus 8, that is.
So 13 plus
13.
20, plus 10, so
Yeah,
for
yeah, 23.
Yeah.
And second-
So the sculpture, suddenly out of just this random little spot, you see a tear emerge and start trailing down this thing. Yeah.
Rowan just says, "You picked the wrong group, guy." Oh my gosh! And his taunting is up. So he's taunting while he pulls back the bowstring, and he fumbles, and it comes back and hits him in the face.
Nice.
Oh,
All right. Mara.
I did not see that at all. Sacred flame.
All right. Okay. It gets a 17.
Okay, nothing happens.
Yeah, just the sculpture just suddenly goes. Whoop. All right, Wilfred.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And swing.
Better.
Natural 1.
oh
Second
Wilfred.
attack.
Duck again.
Natural 2.
Oh,
It's like, I think I'm confused by
It
the
eats your
tier.
hammer.
Yeah. Also, as soon as you enter its range, it attacks you with its pseudopod. Gets a
Yep.
19 to hit.
That misses. So, like, I figured, yeah, as the second I see the pseudopod, I was like, yep, boom, miss. And that's my turn.
All right. So now Ale.
okay, I'm going to try to chill touch it. See how that works.
Okay.
That's a 21.
That hits.
14 necrotic damage.
It's starting to look a little rough. Like the sculpture does not look as fine a quality anymore.
So no fire, no ice, just hands and damage appears.
But now it is its turn. It does not recover its spit, which probably wouldn't do that anyway. So it's just going to try to hurt Wilfred. So let's see. Pseudopod, 16 to hit. And then the second one is 22 to hit.
That one hits.
All right.
And you're not close enough for
Yeah,
me to defend
so
you.
that's 11 bludgeoning damage, and you are currently grappled by its sticky pseudopod.
Big mistake.
Well, and now it's going to try to bite you, and it gets advantage because you are grappled. Now, normally the grappled, does not normally do grappled advantage, but this one does.
Yep.
All right. So that's a 22 for its bite.
Okay.
Oops, I didn't mean to roll that again, but let's see its damage. So that's going to be 6 piercing damage plus 5 acid damage.
Oof.
Well.
A lot less than I took. Don't.
Yeah.
You're in good
Oh,
shape.
shoot.
Yeah. So you are
might
still.
want to
Yeah.
tell it to do damage and not heal.
Well, you are still technically grappled by its pseudopod, but that makes it Iggy's turn.
Okay, let's do Mind Sliver again.
All right. It gets a 4.
Yeah, so this is going to take that 2d6 damage, which is another 7.
Nice.
And then d4 less on its next saving throw.
All right. Arvik.
And up next to Wilfred.
Mm-hmm.
Take a slash with the greatsword.
Okay.
23
hit.
hit.
And
10 slashing damage.
it does take that damage, but now your sword is stuck to it. So, you could let go of the sword if you wanted, but then you don't have the sword at the moment. But is that anything else on your turn?
Nope, I only get one attack, so.
All right. Valine's turn. Chill touch. 18 to hit. That hits. And so both, Wilfred is up there getting grappled by this thing. Arvik is trying to pull his sword free, and then and it disintegrates. Yeah, so
Dun-dun-dun.
she kills it with the necrotic damage there.
Hey.
All right. So,
Well, we have the ashes now.
Right. And let's head back to that spot to do the ritual.
all right.
Keeping
wait
our
a
eye
minute.
out for keeping
Oh,
our eye out for Avarice and her mercenaries.
and on the way past the first, when I was first fighting, I'll pick up my hand axe and put it away.
We should try to be stealthy just in case the tomb tapper's waiting for us.
Okay.
All right. So you guys are approaching the big spire that had the place where the ritual is supposed to be done was right here.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
You're headed there.
That's
Yep.
where we're headed. Yes.
All right.
And we're gonna try to be stealthy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Okay. Here
So-
goes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think a 5 helps.
I'll share some of my roll with you.
Oof!
I got a 16, which is actually
Yeah.
pretty good.
Oh,
Good.
I got a 9, and that's with advantage. Oh,
I got a 16 with disadvantage. So how does that work? The stealthy
Yeah.
ranger's not as stealthy as the clanging paladin?
he can't shoot today. He can't leave
Well, I
stacking
think
today.
I think the right flavor here is just honestly that you kind of realize that there is a stretch on the way, but from where you are to that place where you really you're crossing just open ground and there's just not anything to hide.
But
behind.
also, we should remember that for Rowan and for Iggy, they both had the realization that, oh, this place is messing with my head. Like,
Yeah.
this is the same day.
I'm feeling
So-
just maybe a little woozy still with that. Okay, so as you are, you reach this location, which let me reread the description for you. An arching strut of dark stone rises from this ruined district to a junction high up on the central spire. A gate engraved with arcane sigils is set into the base of the strut.
All right.
Okay. I think maybe while we're doing the ritual, should have the dome. That way we can, if
Do the
If-
ritual.
Did
Where
we
is
ever
that?
decide who was going to do the ritual? Because I was planning on it.
Valine says the ritual that allows passage through the force field probably has to be done by everyone who wants to go through the force field. So if we all want to go inside, we probably all have to do it.
So, Iggy, you have the notes on what order we're supposed to do it in, yes?
Yes. I was looking over those and I don't know that I can do it. But anyway,
which step is the problem?
the fire and ice, because I cannot summon those.
Well, bear in mind that I don't think that we necessarily each have to have that magical capacity for ourselves. For example, if the step is to summon flame into your palm, if you ask someone who can do that to cast a fire into your palm, that has summoned fire into your palm.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
and Arvik is quite good at making the ice.
yes,
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Then in that case,
But
you want me
No.
to read out the whole thing, or
Why don't we
Well, no.
each do? Why don't we all do each step in order, so that we
Okay.
all finish at the same time?
Yeah.
okay?
one question: since my poison is basically enough to coat 2 arrows, would that be enough to split amongst the party? Since it doesn't say how much you have to ingest.
Oh.
I think that it's probably makes sense to be an intelligence check with proficiency, if you have proficiency in alchemy supplies or poisoner's kit. If anyone had those proficiencies, that would count. But otherwise, it would be an intelligence check to try to see, like, can you divide that amount of poison between all of you in such a way as to lessen its lethal qualities and still count for the magic?
Would medicine kind of do that?
Yeah, I guess medicine would. I'll allow medicine. That makes sense.
Okay,
Yeah.
I will try to do that then.
I think we ought to do all of this under the cover of an opaque dome, so that we don't give
Yes.
Avarice any clues.
Yeah, that's a good point.
All right, so which of us is doing the dome?
I will.
Okay. So I got a 19 on the medicine check.
All right. Okay. So I think. So first of all, where have you cast the dome? Have you cast it like literally on top of the place that you need to do the ritual?
Yes.
How big is the spot for the ritual?
It's about 15 feet across.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it like that.
Okay.
That way, each person who's doing the ritual can be in the dome.
All right.
Yep.
So here's the thing. You make that dome and you make it opaque from the outside, right?
Mhm.
But it is transparent from the inside. So I will ask everyone right now to make a perception check at disadvantage, only because, you know, it makes sense that you have just made yourself protected and you are also all distracted by what's going on in the, you know, in this, like, you know, dealing with the poison and so on.
Got a 20.
All right.
Wow,
so-
I got a
Evan.
20 at disadvantage.
yeah.
Holy
Okay.
crap.
So I
Yeah.
would say then you definitely all notice relatively quickly when 20 cultists, you know, of these knights of that Avarice had with her, emerge from hiding. Incidentally, you would have noticed them sooner, except they literally got a nat 20 on their stealth
no.
check. But they emerge from hiding and surround the dome. And one of them just says, "This could have been easier if you weren't hiding what you're doing. I think that so long as you share what you've learned about how to enter the spire, this doesn't have to be a violent confrontation."
Hmm.
I look around at the group.
It's gonna be violent.
If I may,
I vote violent confrontation.
may I see your notes on the ritual?
Yeah, I'll put them in the chat.
Well, no, this
Yeah,
is more for
I'll-
flavor.
Yeah,
Like-
it's for flavor, but I also want to put them in the chat so we have a reference.
Okay. Wilfred will go ahead and write them down, and let's see, what languages? What's a fun language?
Primordial.
Like Gallifrey's?
Leviticus, no, is Infernal and Leviticus kind of cross?
She would know Infernal.
Yeah, she's a
He's a
tiefling.
tiefling.
Yeah.
You could.
That's what I was saying, primordial.
Yeah.
So
you could-
I think if Valine notices you're just trying to be tricky by writing it in a weird language, she's like, they're not going to accept that. I don't know why you bother.
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean,
Write,
I mean-
write it exactly as we know it.
okay. I'll just cross out and write all the steps down in common, and see here. Toss this to them.
Do you,
Why?
wait. Why?
Why?
I mean, well, at
He
least
did it.
that's
It
the
doesn't
okay.
matter why.
you know, we
My-
can hear you out here. The dome is opaque, but we can hear you.
Don't. I mean, at this point, why help them at all?
Well, because otherwise we'll have to take additional steps. I mean, after all, you've found the clues here in the city. We could too, but in the spirit of us being friendly and not enemies, we thought you could share that information with us. Otherwise, it seems like if you don't like us, maybe we are enemies.
We wouldn't want to get in the way of your learning experience.
That's okay. We don't mind.
Cheating is forbidden.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? We worship the devil. So
Yeah.
we're not too worried about it.
Yeah, that's what I said. So let's.
Yeah, Wilfred, no. No. I'm not trying to advocate violence of any nature, but
Aye. Wilfred's going to take the paper and just toss it out of the dome towards him. To
Okay.
one of the cultists.
All right, so there you hear some like muffled conversation as they sort of pick it up and they say, "All right, so now as long as you're willing to prove to us that that is the actual correct steps by not being behind an opaque dome when you do them, because otherwise, how do we know these are the right steps?"
You could go double check them yourselves.
and besides, we're your friends, right? Take our word for it.
We're only friends if you're actually sharing the real information with us. And if you are doing that, then if these are the real steps, then what's wrong with doing it in front where we can see?
And what's wrong with trusting us? Because we have no way to know that if you can see us, that you won't attack us.
Exactly.
We have every reason to believe that you will. So we have no reason to be trusting you.
We could have
Especially
attacked
since
you as soon as you
didn't-
got here. We waited.
So you were hiding in wait to watch us do it instead of asking friendly? Like friends would do?
Yeah.
So,
Your boss opened up with a death threat.
all right. I just have to be honest with all of you. I am bored to shit with these sorts of games.
Well, that's good because we were bored to shit of your lying. So
Okay,
that's
so I
fine.
guess we're just gonna camp out here and wait
Have
for your
fun.
dome to come down, and then we'll kill you. How about that?
Sure, you try that.
I slayed a lich, right?
And I will lean over to Rowan and just be like, the Tomb Tapper will eventually come and it will eat them all.
Oh my god. You're not wrong.
I know I'm not wrong. I am so right. Anyway, let's just get this done, but do it quietly.
You don't know this, Spence, but you've just given me a terrible idea.
Oh god.
Go, Spence!
I'm sorry.
Hey, Spence.
I like
I hope it's not detrimental to us, but at the same time, I kind of expect it will be.
To be fair, you can't technically wait until just before the dome collapses and make another one.
You can't cast one inside an existing one.
Oh,
Or someone else could cast a.
Right, but they'd have to be outside of the dome in order to cast it.
it would take
And
some
then they'd be
time.
sitting ducks. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba.
Oh man, this is. Oh, I have a feeling this could potentially be very comedic and traumatizing.
All right. So, you guys can see through the through your side of the dome that Avarice's two gargoyles are kind of perched up at the top, and these guys are all camped out around you.
Mm.
And they seem to be setting watches, so there's no point at which they're there's always someone who's actively watching. I think they probably, in fact, eventually move around and make sure that they're kind of covering all the different angles. And occasionally they do also just shout in and just say, remember, all it takes to call off this fight is for you to just do the ritual where we can see you and verify that the steps are correct.
Guys,
We don't really care, so shut up. Okay? Okay.
All
We're
right.
going to do our thing, you do your thing, and we'll see where we all end up. Okay? Okay.
It's all right.
Now,
All right.
Mara is now single-minded. She is so close to her end goal. Like, she's just like, you fucking do it.
Oh,
Give
no,
me that wand.
I'll allies with her because hopefully the key to killing the Frostmaiden is in this building. So,
so I give you odds are even.
All right. So what are we doing? Are we going through the ritual, guys, or what
Yep.
are we doing? All right.
Yep.
All
But are we
right.
doing it quietly?
Did
Odds are even.
with my 19 for the medicine check, did I determine what would be a safe amount of poison to ingest?
You have
That would probably
determined
still-
that you have done your best to divide up the poison in a way that ideally should still be enough poison for it to count as poison, but not do as much damage as it would to be shot by one of these poisoned arrows.
Yeah, because
Right.
spoiler alert, guys, that poison's rough. Like, poison's rough. It's wyvern poison. It's pretty rough.
Yeah. On the other hand, as a paladin, for 5 healing points, I can cure poison. So if someone gets really rocked by it, I can cure it.
Yeah, the poison condition, anyways.
Yeah.
Aye.
So
So
When
how
we-
how does the shield your heart with the wand of Nether Oak work?
Aye. When someone starts doing a ritual, Wilfred just lets the dome go.
Do you?
Or do
I
you
do.
just change it so that they can see?
It's it's always opaque in it. And you have to you set that casting,
so you'd have to drop it if you want them to see.
or unless. Well, okay. If we could change it to clear, Wilfred would go ahead and do that.
I mean, I will allow that. You know,
Okay.
as soon as they, as soon as it turns clear, they, the ones that were watching carefully certainly, alert and like nudge the others. And then they're all kind of, they're ready, and they'll point. It's like, no, it's still up.
Yeah.
And but so the leader kind of steps up and just says, "Does that mean you've decided to cooperate?"
We're
Mara's not
going
even
to do
paying
our
attention.
thing, and hopefully, you guys can just do your. And
Look, our instructions
so that
were,
we're honest.
if we can just watch you do that ritual and verify that you are successful in it, we are to let you go in unmolested.
Okay.
That's our instructions.
So Mara's gonna take the wand of Nether Oak
Mhm.
and do just a little shielding sigil of her people in front of her heart,
Okay.
and she'll hold out the wand to either do it to other people, or for them to take it and do something similar.
Valine says, my guess would be that we each have to hold it, but
Well, do
I
you
will-
want
I
to
will-
go next?
I will take the wand and draw a shield, just a shield over my chest, and hand it to Aule.
I will draw a cross of Bahamut and hand it to Iggy.
And Iggy does a sigil in front of their heart and passes it on to Valine.
yeah. She just holds it in front, like, just sort of like, almost like a salute with it, and then hands it on to, I guess, whoever hadn't done it yet.
Rowan.
Rowan or
Rowan.
Wilfred?
Wilfred will trace a symbol, an abjuration symbol over his heart, and then pass it to Rowan.
All right.
Rowan just holds it over his heart, and just kind of closes his eyes and breathes out slightly, and it's almost like calming himself. And then So, and then when he opens his eyes, he goes, "Okay, so what's the next step?"
Mara conjures sacred flame in her hand, and then passes it along the same route. So passes it to Arvik.
So here's the thing: it's your spell, doesn't hurt you.
Mm-hmm. Well, someone's gonna have to hurt me with it. But
I'm not saying it has to hurt you. I'm saying when you do your sacred flame spell, it does not hurt you. But if you use your sacred flame spell to do the flame for everybody else, that will hurt them.
yeah,
I'm just saying.
that kind of so Mara will say, this will lead to the third portion. The third part is a burnt palm looses the tongue.
Oh, so someone has to burn you. That
So
It
Rowan
can burn me.
goes into his pack, and he pulls out some of the oil from his lantern,
Yeah.
and he says, "Why don't we try this? If we do it quickly enough, it'll just burn the oil and not us."
So pour a few drops of oil in each of our hands, and
so that we
light
get the burnt
under.
palm.
Yes.
right.
Valine says, I think that's an excellent idea. I think we may have to hold the flame in our hands long enough to do, because isn't the ice step, doesn't it say something about quenching the flame or?
Well, no, the third step says a burnt palm.
No, the fifth.
The
The
fifth is
step.
quench the flame in the palm with ice.
Which
So
it may mean
but-
that we have to have the flame in our palm until then.
So,
Yeah.
and Ronan, what Ronan will do is he'll take part of rags that he would have for, like, say, a torch, and tear them and soak them in the oil, so that way it'll burn and stay in their palm long enough, possibly, to finish those steps.
Yeah. All right.
So,
So is everyone doing it
Yeah.
that way?
yep.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. So what I'm going to say, just loosely here, is that is going to give, like, for the duration that you need to have it there, you're going to take 3 fire damage
Okay.
for holding it. And it's so, like, it's hot, it's painful, it's burning your hand, but it's certainly not as bad as it could have been with some other ways, right?
You're right.
Yeah. Okay, so you all sort of light.
And then immediately call out our secrets all at once so that everybody can hear, and it's a cacophony of voices.
Well, so it may well be that is what you do in game, but as far as our stream, I absolutely need to know what each of you say,
Yeah.
especially knowing that what the next step is too. But so let's just say, even if you're all doing it in order, which you didn't really declare in advance, but sure. So Mara, what do you call out for step 3?
My first assassination was a child.
Oh. Eggy?
This is not my actual body.
Wilfred?
Oh God, I should have thought about this. I can't think of one at the moment.
We'll come back
Nothing
to you.
want us to come back
nothing
to
that
you?
people don't already know.
Well, it wouldn't be a secret then. You're going to have to come up
Yeah.
with something.
Yeah.
We can come back to you, though, if you
Yeah.
want. Rowan?
Muted.
Muted.
Rowan kind of like. Actually, wait. So does it technically a secret? Because we now have an audience. Technically, if it's a secret to them, it counts. Correct?
Well, it says basically, here's what I will deem. I represent the magic, right? And so if it is something that all of the rest of you know and you're sharing it with strangers, that's not a very big secret, right? How much does that count? Right? Like, if the magic is saying you're supposed to share a secret.
Yeah. Needs to be shared with people who care.
Now, that said, a secret that would be meaningful to the strangers, that might count. But just like, oh, hey, this guy that we've never met before doesn't like chocolate. Like, what do they care?
So Rowan goes, my name is Rowan Gregor. I am not 30th in line to the throne of Neverwinter. I'm actually 7th in line to the throne of Neverwinter.
Oh,
Oh,
okay. That makes a lot. Of
That
sense.
explains a lot.
Wow.
Yeah, that definitely, like, the cultists had been like taking note of what you're doing and all that, but then when they hear that, they're looking around at each other. All right, Ale.
I came here not only at Bahamut's request, but to find the grave of an orc because I saved an orc's life.
Arvik.
What's the name of the white dragon?
Arveactress.
Arveactress. Not only is Arveactress my mother, she wants me back.
Wilfred?
Oh God. I've been too open.
Like, don't put, like, to the player here. Don't worry too much about this. This is for fun.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be something that you make up right now about the character. That doesn't have to be something that was previously established.
The reason the first ever broken bone Belinda had was caused by me.
Valine says, I had to use my family's political connections to gain admittance into the Arcane Brotherhood.
Ooh, that must have been tough to.
All right. So that is step 3. You have all shared a secret about yourself.
Yep.
How are you planning to do step 4?
You're going to have to ask it of other people.
Hmm?
yeah. So maybe we ask as a group for one more secret.
I think Wilfred will turn to Mara and say, how do you feel about Rowan?
Oh,
I do not know how to love, but if what I have read in books is any indication, I love him.
Iggy, if you had to kiss one member of the group, who would it be?
nice. Well done, Arvik.
And blue screen of death. Baleen.
Valine does the little.
Oh,
No, not really. She rolls her, like she has an iPad, but like she just. Like,
She rolls her eye.
Rolls one eye. To be fair, they're matched. They match now.
Are they opposite eyes?
well, I was just thinking that it's like, because if it's like, if they were to be like face to face, would like their remaining eyes be on the same side? I don't know. That would be a little awkward.
And then I quench that flame because it's getting hot.
All right.
Yep.
Okay, so like, yeah, each of you theoretically can quench the flame as soon as you've done that step.
Or with ice?
But we can get ice from the ground.
Yeah, it's all
Okay.
around us.
Yeah.
We can
Alright.
we can take our
Yeah.
flame and just like hit the ground.
Okay, Icky is going to jump on this theme and say, Rowan, do you return Mara's feelings?
Aw.
Rowan's like, wait, what? Oh wow. Whew. Boy. So,
Mara's pointedly not looking at him to take the pressure off.
everyone's like, guys, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Up until after I slayed the lich and Mara kissed me on the cheek, that was my first kiss. Like
Wow.
my mother raised me in the woods, hunting, trapping, foraging, scavenging, tracking. So
I think that counts as a coaxed secret.
yeah,
So,
I'm still a virgin, guys.
TMI.
that was not the question.
You still got
It's a
you
secret.
still got
Hey.
the secret.
Yeah, like Rowan's just like, what? Like,
But that's not the answer to the question.
But
It is a secret.
yeah, because like, to be fair, he doesn't know. Like this, this is all new to him.
I think that just per the magical rules, that does count as a secret shared as a result of, the question asked, even if it wasn't a specific answer to that question.
Also,
A
you
secret
guys could
was
see-
coaxed.
Yeah, if you could see under all of his garb, he'd be beet red, like purple red.
Valine takes a moment to break that awkward silence by saying, Mara, is your objection to necromancy based on a principle of your own or just what you've been taught?
Mm.
It goes against my upbringing. It also doesn't seem right. So, yes, is the answer. Both. But now for you. Why us?
You had... I don't know that this will count as a secret because I have been very straightforward with you about the reasons. I did hear about your reputation. I was looking for a party of adventurers, and I was on my way to find you when you came racing down out of that fortress chasing a dragon. So I don't think that will count as a secret because that is the truth.
Well, damn, then I have to try my part again.
I'm sorry.
Uh,
I'm not sure I really got a secret out of you either.
Not really. Do you want to try to do it again?
Let's see.
I mean, you could ask Arvik something, because I feel like I've let go of a lot of secrets today.
Fair enough. Arvik, how do you know about Arve Actress?
She whispers to me in my dreams. I'm hoping that dedicating myself to Bahamut will stop it, but so far I don't know. She has some purpose for me.
It just occurred to me, everyone, I think we've been flavoring quenching the flames, but specifically, then not everyone has the ice to do that themselves. So I think probably only Arvik has been able to do that so far, unless he's doing it for each person.
Well, I was, so what I had said was we could put our hands in the ground, since the ground is technically frozen ice.
not here unless you
Oh.
brought
Yeah.
a chunk of it with you, which you could have.
Yeah, I think we were. This is a serious business. We would have planned ahead
Yeah,
for that.
you
Yeah.
could have had like a hunk, like
slab of
Hunk of
ice.
ice,
Yeah.
slab
yeah.
of ice. Yeah, that makes sense.
Just keep it away from Miggy.
Excuse you. I still need to have this
You have
thing.
the warm. You have the warm cube.
To be fair, it's fine. I mean, it's not gonna melt immediately, so that's just a ticking clock. We gotta hunker down.
Yep. So who hasn't asked the cooks to seek? I know I haven't, and you
I have
haven't.
not given.
Okay, so the three. Okay. Okay, so I'll ask you, Wilfred. Do you miss being a giant?
Not really. It, I lived my life with the. I've lived all my life as normal sized. But I do miss the strength. I do miss knowing that I could have picked one of these cultists and thrown him through the glacier potentially.
Aule.
Yes.
What will you do? What will you tell your people about us when you return?
If I return, I don't know if I will. I will return. I left under circumstances that memory loss that were not good. I don't know if I will ever return, but if I were to return, I will tell them that I stood beside the bravest people I've ever met on my travels against a great, terrible evil. If I ever return.
Was that everyone?
No, I haven't coaxed one from someone yet. Arvik, you have saved your love and gained a name from their tribe. Do you feel that that is a betrayal of your people?
Did you hear the question?
Nobilis?
No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I said, no one asked Arvik, he said, since you've saved your love and gained a name from your people by saving her, do you find that to be a betrayal of your people?
Betrayal of my what?
Of your people, because you saved someone who was a rival of the clan, even if you do love them.
I consider my people to be the entire clan of the mountains, that's why I did not change my clan name to that of my adopted parents. I kept March. I kept Northwind because I am I am independent of that dichotomy. I don't know if that accounts as a secret.
No, I mean, it's, revealing your feelings about something that you hadn't really.
He is the Quizak Haderach.
All right. So, I mean, so everyone has made their go at that?
Yep.
And then quenched the flame from your palm on the ice?
Yep.
Valine has a full face mask hood that she wore out in the cold that she puts over her face.
Yep. Wilfred has his.
Yep.
Yep.
He's
Rowan
alright.
pulls up both.
I think everybody's got something to protect their faces from the wind, so that's not a.
Especially Rowan's cool cloak.
Especially Rowan's cool cloak.
All right. So then you have got the ashes prepared, so that you all do you do anything fancy, or are you just kind of very simply each kind of taking turns to pour a little circle around yourself?
Yeah.
Don't need to do anything fancy for that.
Mara would say the blessing of the Raven Queen, or as she disperses the ashes, and if anybody else wants to listen, they can.
Of course, I'll listen.
For those that have been vanquished by our blades and by our mana, we solemnly repurpose what remains of you in hopes of a greater good.
In memento mori.
Yes, that.
All right. Now you all get to drink poison.
And then drink
poison.
poison.
Oh, God.
All right. So here's the way this is all going to work.
Here's my poison.
You're all going to do a Constitution saving throw for me.
Oh, remember, you get a bonus near me.
With a 26, I don't think I need it.
With a
That's a natural
7, I
20
definitely do.
becoming a 20.
18.
Yeah,
So-
we're looking for 15.
Okay.
Yay!
Yeah,
I
definitely.
just made it.
Yeah, standard wyvern poison is 7d6.
Holy hand grenade of Antioch.
Yeah, so you know that none of you are consuming a dose of that size. So, but all right. So it looks like Iggy failed. What was yours, Wilfred?
26, sorry.
Okay, I was going to say 36 is pretty high.
Yeah.
All right, so it looks like everybody is going to take 8 poison damage, except for Iggy, who takes 16 and is currently under the poisoned condition.
Okay, I will put my hand on Iggy's shoulder. I'll reach over and put on Iggy's shoulder and cure that poison condition
Hey.
for 5.
Yes, so you are no
Points.
longer
And
poisoned.
it also heals 5 points too, doesn't it?
No, you could spend 5 hit points to either cure disease or neutralize a poison, so it doesn't do
Okay.
both.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then, thank goodness for temporary hit points.
Yes, I've spent all mine, but thank you for those.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And all right, so I think you don't notice anything happen, other than obviously you feel kind of really gross for a little bit,
Let's go see if it worked.
and
I'm gonna. Perhaps one of us should go and.
No, I think we should all go.
No, because if we get my clothes behind us, we have to do this all over again. We go as a group.
Yes.
Okay.
all right, so as all of these cultists watch, I think there is a little bit of an unspoken, like, you encourage them, like, you should move away from where we're going to go. And they do, but they're certainly watching carefully because they want to verify that this, what you did worked. So you can see, it's not obvious on the map here necessarily, that there is a place where you would pass through the force field, and then on the other side you will need to open a gate. Do you just all kind of run for it, or what?
Well,
Mara,
walk.
YOLO!
Mara will take this opportunity to use the blessing of the Raven Queen and teleport up to 30 feet to get there.
Okay.
Ooh.
You do that, and it works?
Yep.
And so now everyone else is like, oh, okay, well, yeah, Mara just left you behind.
Thank you.
Now we book it.
Okay, so now everyone else just runs. Okay. Yeah, so you run and you pass right through the force field like it's not even there.
Okay.
And then several of the other cultists do immediately go up to the place where you passed through and just kind of verify, yeah, it's still there. They can't go through it, but it did work for you. And so they start consulting. But you have now crossed through to the other side of the force field, and are free to open up that gate. And if everyone doesn't mind, I'm going to take a very quick break.
Yeah.
And
Well,
be
Wilfred
back
will
in
just
just-
say,
Okay.
say, have fun with the poison. And
Don't tell them. They don't
Well,
know.
you
they
already
already
gave them
told
the
them.
whole list
Yeah,
where they were
we
just
did.
That's
following
right,
it,
yeah.
like they were doing checking it off as you went. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so be right back. I will be right back.
I personally can't wait to find out the romances that'll start when they reveal their secrets.
Yeah, right? Like, who's in love with
Yeah.
avarice?
Yeah.
Everybody loves somebody, so you know.
Yeah.
Be right back. Gotta let the dog in.
Yeah. We're back.
All right, so there's a couple of people in the chat.
One of them's me.
Okay, right, but there's also Properest, and I don't think Commander Root is one of us. So if you have any commentary on what's been going on, we can chat a bit with you guys in the stream chat.
Yeah. I just joined into the chat myself, but of course I can't see anything yet.
And it's been quiet.
Yeah.
So, Nobilis,
Yeah.
how long have you been sitting on that secret
Um,
of your heritage?
well, the fact that he was that he hatched from an egg is part of the background that Christiana and I worked out when we started the character.
Mm-hmm.
So that's always been known to me, but I wanted to build on it a little bit, and I wanted, I was born from a white dragon egg. May have been kind of known to you guys. I don't know if I had revealed any of that or if that had come out. I wanted to make it a little more than that. So yeah, as far as, I mean, he's a dragon-blooded sorcerer, so clearly it had to come from somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
But given
this
where
is the
we are,
same white dragon that we randomly encountered as we were running around trying to
yeah,
right?
flying over, yeah, that dragon,
Okay.
that ancient white dragon, yeah.
So we're just running by and we're like, oh, it's a white dragon. We should probably not be near it. And you're just like, that's my mom.
Driving by. Hi, Mom. I'll see you later.
Just kind of everybody else is running away, and I'm there.
Hi, Mom. Wow. I had no idea. That's awesome.
So,
Lee, how
Yeah.
are you feeling about the about Iggy's reveal?
Oh, I actually kind of just made that up wholesale completely. So I've kind of retconned a reason for it,
Mm-hmm.
and but that'll probably come into play later.
The whole reason Mara did her teleport thing is because she feels really guilty about Wilfred now.
Basically, I'm just saying that Wilfred saw, and he's
Figured it
not
out.
jealous, generally.
Yeah, and Iggy
Basically,
was
it's-
trying to wing being.
When being, yep.
Well,
Yeah.
so it was easy for me because the Valine's secret is built into the NPC backstory.
Of course.
I was gonna say, would somebody ask Valine the same question? Who would you kiss in the party?
Yeah.
Ooh, now I'm thinking about it. I think
Yeah, that's a good question.
I feel like she would kiss somebody just to piss them off.
Oh, I mean you.
no, I think it would be Rowan. I mean, she's not looking, but if you ask the question,
Oh, poor Jason.
Jason,
are you
Jason,
ashamed?
you're playing a prince. Is it any
You
wonder?
just told everybody that you're a prince.
Yeah.
Is it any wonder, right? You're
Oh
buff,
my
you're
God.
tough, you're noble birth. that's everything, the whole package, right?
Oh gosh.
Hey, and you're even a ranger. You have the ability to speak with animals if you want to.
Yeah, you know what? He's a Disney princess. It's fine. Oh gosh. Just wait till he tells these stories to his mom.
So, Mom, I have a necromancer and a cleric who both like me. I don't really know how to handle this right now.
And I know I wasn't supposed to tell people that my dad wasn't just some random royalty, but was actually close in line to the main bloodline of the throne. But to slay a lich and to, go forward and try to stop a goddess, I kind of had to tell. Sorry.
Well, I decided to tell all my closest friends, which is probably fine, but then I also decided to tell 20
cultists.
devil cultists.
Devil cultists.
And who openly tell us they worship the devil.
By the way, cheers,
A
everybody.
devil. Yeah.
Just for random shits and giggles. Cheers.
Cheers.
A devil. Yes,
Yeah.
they
On that
worship
note,
a
I'm
random
gonna be
devil.
right back. One second.
I wonder how many of the cultists will wind up actually killing each other because of the secrets.
Oh, that's great.
Oh no, we were trying to figure out how many love squares and triangles would be revealed.
We could have been like, who do you hate in this party?
Yeah, whose power do you? Whose
Well,
power
right
do
now
you?
I kind of hate Wilfred.
Why?
You don't tell those kinds of secrets to devil cultists.
Wait.
For it.
So,
What?
inspired by the cheers there and the fact that you all just did a whole bunch of secret sharing and that you're now entering this palace, I'm legit doing a shot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey!
Of?
Oh, tequila.
Whoa.
Tequila.
Yeah, I could do a shot, but I don't want to.
It's fine.
All
Grab
right.
it.
So, welcome back, everyone. I didn't go anywhere.
Welcome back to the madness.
Yes. So, as you enter that gate, close it behind you, you find that this enormous strut is hollow and encloses a steep passage. And there is a set of stairs that you briefly climb, and then there's a landing where it's obvious that this is a platform that will act as an elevator to carry you up to
Have
the
you
point.
shared the map? I'm still on
no,
the previous
sorry.
map.
All right, there we go. Well, you weren't technically there yet, so I hadn't moved you, but I did
I'm
now.
sorry. I
That's
apologize.
okay. No worries. So the magic elevator carries you up to that midpoint of the spire where you saw, and so now, as you enter, or rather leave that little elevator platform, near the apex of the strut, the ceiling of the tunnel gives way to a landing that offers a view of the citadel's uppermost reaches. Light from a high window illuminates a set of steps that ascend to a pair of mahogany doors in the tower's face. And so you are now looking ahead of you. You do see up above there is, as mentioned, there's a window up top there, and as you start to climb those stairs, you find telepathically in your head a voice that you attribute to the face you see leaning out that window, right here. A voice in your head saying, "You are not permitted to enter the tower. Please leave."
Huh.
We did the ritual, so technically we should be.
The ritual is not the sole arbiter of who is permitted to enter the tower. I do not have authority over the ritual or the force field. I do have authority over these doors. Please leave.
What would happen if we
Is there a
don't?
way to get permission?
So Wilfred, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
Oh, this could be good.
Remember, you have a bonus from being close to ally.
It won't help. Natural one.
Oh no!
Yeah. So, what what you hear this Majin say is, "Why don't you just go back to the base?" And you have just been affected by the suggestion spell, and so, you know, you are basically compelled magically to try to go back down to the base.
I'm glad he's not a giant now.
Yeah, that would have been bad. Arvik grabs him. Like, no, where are you going? We're
Okay.
all in this
I mean,
together.
Like you can't be persuaded in that way, so you're going to need to try to make a grapple check to stop him.
Okay, that's athletics.
Yeah. And then you
So
have
I
to try
should-
to resist either by
Can I
athletics or
assist
acrobatics.
since I'm right behind Wilfred?
Well, let's see how it goes first.
18.
Okay, yeah, so you are unable to stop him, Arvik. You can try also yourself, Mara.
I'm going to help Mars since I'm right next to Wilfred. Try to
Well,
pin him against the wall.
Yeah, okay. I mean, I think usually these are not helped checks, but that's fine.
So, is it a strength check?
Athletics.
Athletics.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm rolling against his, right?
Yes.
And do I get advantage because
Wow.
You don't need it.
No, I said you don't get advantage, but it sounds like you didn't need it anyway.
Yeah,
so
you don't.
Oh, I didn't see the amount.
Yeah.
I rolled a
You know what
natural
you rolled?
one.
Yeah, okay. So, yeah,
Which is
I
still
think,
a 9, but still.
I think when you try so hard to wrench yourself away from Arvik's grip, you kind of stumble a little bit, and Mara is able to stop your movement. But the thing is, you're not gonna like you are currently magically compelled, and you cannot resist it until you either complete it or it's broken in some other way. So like.
So I
I need to
will
go back
cast
down.
my last channel divinity because I didn't cast it last time.
Okay.
So Twilight Sanctuary, and for my bonus action for Wilfred, I will remove a charm or frighten.
Okay. Yep. That works.
And we get temporary hit points from that.
You will, yes.
The end
One
of our
moment.
turn.
Yeah. So we might as well go ahead and you're doing initiative type things. So let's go ahead and have you go ahead and roll that initiative.
So 16 temporary hit points. Aerobotic.
Oh, okay. Now we're cooking with gas.
When we get to the end of our turns. Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. Very much needed.
All right.
Ew.
And Celine. All
Oh
right.
well, at least that 2 was on the initiative and not on the temporary hit point.
All right. So, Arvik, so Mara has just broken that suggestion spell off of Wilfred, but you are now free to move about this stairway. And
Okay.
decide what you wanna do.
Those big doors. Do I see any kind of a latch or doorknob or anything like that on them? Or are they just like slabs of wood?
Let's see. The doors. They seem to have extremely fancy adamantine locks and hinges. Although certainly, like there's a handle, you don't know if it's going to be locked or not.
Adamantine. Okay, that's not gonna come down just from a kicking in the door.
Not if it's locked.
No. And I certainly don't know how to pick locks. So, yeah. Basically, I'm going to walk up to below that window and say, "We are coming in, whether you like it or not." And I'm going to shoot a ray of frost up at him.
All right. He does have half cover.
Okay. Got an 11, so
Yeah. So he
banged off the wall next to him.
Yeah, he ducks a little bit, and you miss. He says, "No, I don't like it. I don't like it at all." Rowan,
And that's my turn.
Yeah, Rowan, you're up.
That's fine. I'm gonna move up to him. How high up is he? Or is it like at a shoulder height, like a normal height window?
The window is basically about, so at the level that you are right there, he's like 5 feet above you.
Okay, nice. So, as my compatriot said, we are definitely coming in whether you like it or not. And Rowan is going to take 2 shots at him.
All right.
And I'm gonna try sharpshooter on these 2.
Mm-hmm.
But because of that, I don't care about his half cover. Oh my gosh!
I think your arrow ricochets off the wall, just like pew 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 pew. It's like the laser bolt in the
Yeah,
compactor.
I'm embodying the most of a stormtrooper that I can.
Oh.
Oh, 10.
Nope.
You know what? Ron's just not going to talk anymore because it seems like every time I try to transfer, it just doesn't work.
Yeah.
I let my actions speak for me, such as slaying a lich. It's fine.
Yeah. All right. So Iggy.
I'm going to wander up to here.
Mm-hmm.
And he has half cover, so
Yep.
I will try to.
Actually, I think from your angle, it would be more like 3/4 cover because
Okay.
they moved right up to like be level with the window.
Yeah, okay. Well, let's see. I can move up to here. That's
yeah,
fine.
it would be half cover from there.
Okay. And so let me see if I can do. So half cover increases his AC, not the difficulty.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
You still just roll as normal.
Okay, so how about
Yeah.
a dirty 20?
That definitely hits.
Okay.
Pull him
So-
through the window.
Yeah, so 5 force damage and push him back 5 feet.
Okay.
And second
you, Iggy.
last,
Pushing back 10 feet or like
10 feet.
Yeah, all right.
As far as he'll go.
Okay. I think you have lost line of sight on him.
Okay. Because I got a dirty 21.
Well, no,
so-
yeah, I was going to tell you, like, before you rolled again, I was going to say you can't see him anymore. Like,
Okay.
if you pushed past to be, like, on the level up above where Arvik is, that you could probably see him from there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so will that 21 standard, do you want me to roll
that's
again?
fine.
So, great big 6.
All right, you push him back some more?
Yep, push him
Alright.
back 10 more feet.
He seems unhappy with that outcome.
Yeah.
All right.
And remember to get your
Yes.
No, Iggy just moved outside of the aura.
Yep.
but Rowan should have them anyways.
Yeah. All right, Wilfred.
Okay. Wilfred's going to call out to Rowan. Step aside, and he's going to basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 charge at the door and try and ram it.
Okay, go ahead and make an athletics check.
Come on. 26.
Nice. You smash the unlocked doors open.
Oh, snap.
And in fact, they give you so little resistance, given that they were not locked, that you, I think, go. You know what? I won't make you go prone without failing a dexterity saving throw. So how about you make a dexterity saving throw for me?
Okay, I will do that.
So, Arvik, you took your temporary hit points, right?
I got mine, yes.
Okay.
11?
With 11, I think you managed to keep your feet, but you skid awkwardly a little bit because. I'm trying to grab that thing. Okay, so as you break through the door, you are stunned as you charge through, and you realize, looking around you, chamber music washes over you as you enter this ballroom. In contrast to the desolate frozen ruins outside, a dozen people mill around in here, dressed in flowing silk garments and holding colorful hand masks and feathered fans. Noble courtiers laugh and gossip as servants move among them, offering sugared treats on silver platters.
You crashed the party, literally.
We should have tried.
Yes.
We should
And,
have tried the password.
They kind of look over to you with bemused expressions. All right, that is Wilfred's turn.
I think, well, Wilfred, I think, is going to comment saying, is anybody else seeing what I'm seeing?
Yep, see it too.
So the mage in here is going to come up around, emerges from this doorway here and says, "Sir, I must ask you to leave. And I need you to make another wisdom saving throw for me."
You're not near me
Boy.
now.
A full 10.
Oh,
That is
great.
not enough. So once again, you feel like, oh, no, you need to leave. Now, it's not your turn right now, but
Yeah.
yeah, you realize, oh, no, this is not where I'm supposed to be. No, this is all wrong. This is terribly embarrassing. You've made a hideously gauche entrance to a party that you're underdressed for. This is the worst thing that has ever happened to you. All right.
And to note that Wilfred is very much not the kind of person that would actually think that normally, but the Machen is powerful.
Yeah. 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, I'm also kind of flavoring it
Yeah.
a little bit. All that really happens is you feel compelled to follow the instruction, which is to leave.
Yeah.
Maybe we should have tried Fidelio.
Yeah. So, Valine, I think, is just kind of wanders up and readies in action in case anything hostile seems to happen. But in the meantime, she's just, looking with interest at the this party that's happening in there. Ale.
I had planned, guys, to actually go up to the window and misty step in there, but we don't have to. I don't have to do that now. That was my. Instead, I'm just going to go charging after Wilfred, not knowing he's been charmed yet. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I can't see anything, so I'm going to keep going. So 5, see the party, see the Magen.
You should be able to see inside that room now, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
5,
yeah.
10, 15, 20. Just go right here, and
Okay.
yeah, that will be my turn. Get up and close and personal with them.
All right. That makes it Mara's turn.
Okay, so Mara will go up
Can you use that bonus
1,
action
2,
again?
10, 15, 20, 25. What?
Last round you used a bonus action to dismiss the charm. Can you do that every round?
I can do it at the end of his turn if he is in the aura.
Okay.
Oh,
right.
so stay in the aura. Important safety tip.
So I get to here, and I'm going to sneak around and be here.
All right.
And look as elegant as possible, and like very dramatically pull back my hood
Oh,
and
nice.
look like and make like, yes, I am supposed to be here.
Well, technically, all of these guests are wearing their own masks. So,
Yes,
But,
but
yeah.
I don't need one.
fair. Okay. All right. So,
And that is my turn is just coming in and being like, yes, my retinue is a little uncouth, but that is okay. We are supposed to be here.
all right. Arvik.
I am going to, seeing that glassy-eyed look in Wilfred's face again, I'm going to walk up and try and grapple him.
Okay. Go ahead and do your appropriate rolls.
Natural
Nice.
20.
That's a. Oh, you're 25. Okay, you actually got it.
All right. Nice. Okay, so you've grappled Wilfred, who looked like he was about to bolt. All right, Rowan.
Oh man, I've watched way too many movies because Eyes Wide Shut is just playing through.
Yeah. Let's see if
But
I
no,
can.
Rowan's going to ignore the partygoers and run up into the room so he can see said Majin.
Mm-hmm.
And he is going to take 2 sharpshooter shots at this fellow.
Okay. All right. Hang on. I've got a new audio track for us here.
Is it party music?
Yeah. Elegant dinner party.
Oh,
So first shot.
By the way, anyone ending their turn in the sphere that has lost hit points, the new temporary hit points is 12.
now I charged forward and out of it, and then you only moved afterwards, so I don't get those temporary hit points. Correct?
Not until the end of your next turn.
Okay, I thought so. Okay,
Hang on. I
Making sure.
think there's a better one.
it could be
Yeah,
important.
there we go. I think this one is better. Ah. I can click on stuff.
Are they in like red robes?
Oh, they're in all manner of very fancy, elaborate silk flowing garments that, in fact, you suspect some of those are probably impossible without magic. Okay, sorry, you attacked this Hypnos Magen and got 16 plus 3, so that definitely hits.
Yes. So let's see. And was he hurt before?
Yeah.
Nice. So that is 23 points.
Okay, he is not destroyed, but very, very weak. He's like flickering.
Oh, well then another shot then.
Mm-hmm.
Dirty 22.
Yeah, he just disappears into a fiery sort of like flash paper where there's just like a brief burst of flame that doesn't seem to hurt anything, and he is just gone.
Does the partygoers disappear or
No, the partygoers seem to laugh and titter in amusement, and then start whispering to each other in a sort of a conspiratorial gossip sort of way.
Ron looks at Arvik and goes, "You learned how to deal with magic things, right? Because they're not running and screaming because we just murdered their concierge. So
I would say we're not really in proper initiative anymore right now. So I think Valine just kind of wanders in, and a servant comes in with like a platter of like champagne flutes, and just out of curiosity, she reaches out and takes one, and she's holding it, and she says, "If it's an illusion, it's an impressive one."
I imagine Wilfred is like kind of struggling to get out of Arik's grip. Then
As soon as
stops
the
and it's like-
Magian disappeared, the effect ended.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. I'll just go ahead and get the temp HP bonus and like. I don't like those guys.
So the guests seem to, if you're just sort of standing there awkwardly, that you have lost some of your novelty value. So the guests are mostly returning to their own conversations.
Like,
Ron's kind
Is
of
it-
looking around like,
Yeah,
is there a
so-
way to tell if they're actually real?
I mean, you
It
tell
doesn't
me.
matter. They're not
How do you
they're not
have-
obstructing us, and they're not helping us. Let's ignore them and move on.
Yeah,
And
like-
Arvik goes and looks down this passageway down there.
Yeah. So yeah, like you guys tell me if there's something you want to try to see if they're real. You tell me. But yeah, I mean, as you are in this, you move up onto that slightly elevated area. Arvik, you can see that you're still in the party in that region. And what you can see off to your left there. It seems to be like a lounge. Courtiers lounge on luxurious cushions inside this circular chamber, smoking from long pipes and dining on fruit. Against the back wall is a large harp, its strings being plucked magically to fill the room with haunting music. In the middle of the room, a gem-studded cubic wooden chest sits on a round marble table with an octopus-shaped base.
Oh, Wilfred's going to go to one of the partygoers and ask what the occasion is.
Oh, well, as it happens, it is Ostasia's 50th birthday party, but she would tell you it's her 38th, of course. How silly.
Mhm.
Not that we need an occasion to put on a ball.
I feel that I feel so so bad in not knowing this Astasia.
Oh, well, really, how would you know her? I mean, not to put too fine a point on it, but it doesn't look as though you travel in the same social circles.
That is true. Well, if there's an opportunity, wish her a pleasant birthday and pleasant 38th birthday. And
She holds out and to pat your shoulder with her hand. You do feel it, and she says, "Oh, I'll do just that."
yeah. Okay. And I'll go back to
Yeah, you hear her snickering behind your back as you leave.
Mhm.
this is the strangest thing. Like this is more disconcerting than honestly anything I've seen yet.
I think Valine goes up to one of the guests and says, "Might we expect Irialarthus to attend this party?" And one of the others says, "Well, gosh, we wouldn't know, would we? We're all wearing masks." Valine turns to the rest of you and says, "I hate this."
Hated it.
All right. Iggy is kind of cautiously making their way up to this little portcullis window
Sure.
thing up here.
Yep.
To try and peek through.
Oh yeah, absolutely. What you see through there is apparently a chasm. There is a 30-foot wide gap that seems to drop off into darkness. There's a platform across that gap that there seems to be something over there, but yeah, it doesn't look like you want to fall down there.
Yeah.
Arvik comes up next to Iggy and says, I could cast fly and carry you across.
I could cast flies myself, but actually, that's probably better. You have more spell slots than me. Yeah, let's go see what's over there. That looks interesting.
I'm going to motion for the rest of the group to come over here because this is the kind of thing that we don't want to split the party up for.
Okay, I was going to go through this door, but I hear Arvik and then turn around.
So I think Valine will come up and just say, not that I'm excited to stay at this party, but it does seem like should we fully explore what is here before moving on? I
think so.
I tend to agree that the good stuff is likely to not be here, but I would hate for us to bypass the panel that says pull this switch to activate the bridge.
Okay.
Okay, you have a point. All right, so
Yeah.
let's look around.
All right, so I'm going to go back to where that Magian had come from because he had gone around the corner. So I'm going to go through this door.
Okay.
Mara's gonna try to link arms with Rowan just to kind of blend in or attempt to.
Aw.
All right. So, Aule, what you see in that area is it's basically just like a passageway. So you see like a door ahead of you and another direction that the passageway would go, and then so what you can see basically you're just in a hallway.
Okay, so I'm going to go to here because this is where he had looked out on us. So there's something I can see through here. What's that?
That is a little bit of flavor on the map that doesn't have any specific description
Okay,
for it.
so I'll just make sure there's
but
the mage
what you-
left nothing
yeah.
here.
There is
and then
nothing
head this way.
there. What you can certainly see is that, like, to your west there is the window that the Magian had been looking
Okay,
from.
so now I'll head this way.
Okay.
And I come across 2 doors.
Yep.
All right.
Well, so what is everyone else doing? Just because I don't want to
Yeah.
have it split up too much.
Open passageway over here
Mhm.
that Wilfred's gonna
Yeah.
look
So
through.
yeah, you see another little hallway that has apparently three directions it can go.
I'm gonna go to this door I see.
Yeah,
try
I
the
think
door.
Valine is like
gently.
going with you in that direction. She's exploring that with you. So what you see in there appears to be like offices. So there's a single table, a cabinet filled with incidentally, this room does not seem to be of the same state of repair as the ballroom does. So it looks like this is an office, but it's not been maintained or used recently.
It's an office of appropriate age,
Well,
maybe. And
it's
gonna
more
go
typical
see-
of the other buildings you saw in the city.
Yeah.
Whereas
Gonna-
the ballroom is basically looks in full repair, and they were having a party in there. So
Gonna kind of skim through papers I see. Like,
okay.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, the basically you find like most of the scrolls are just like ruined, and you don't seem to find anything of interest in that room.
Okay.
What's everyone else doing? Because just this is obviously takes time. I
I think
don't want
Iggy and
Jenny,
I
you
are
can drop Twilight Sanctuary.
All right.
Iggy and I are looking looking at this door.
Yeah, we're gonna explore this northeast section.
Okay.
We're
So
pairing off.
yeah.
One looks at Mar and he says, maybe we can find out where Ariolothus is or would be, or just something about this place. Seeing as it doesn't seem to be a place to harm us.
So we'll come back to you guys in just a moment, just because we got to kind of cover everyone as you're splitting up into 4 groups.
Sorry, we did split
that's
the
all right.
party
Yeah,
badly.
yeah. It's fine. I'm just saying that's why everyone has to be patient while I deal with the other groups. Okay, so you, Iggy and Arvik, have entered the back like service entrance to what looks like a fancy bar, where in the room to the south, well-dressed revelers mill about, talking loudly to each other, while servants carry bottles of wine and spirits around to refill their cups. Behind a rectangular counter, a bald, pale-skinned humanoid serves wine from an ornate bottle. Where you have entered, you see that mostly everyone is in that southern room, but there are wine racks in here, and the bartender glances back at you and says, patrons are asked to remain in the primary bar area, if you please. And they are speaking
course.
common, incidentally.
Yeah, fine, whatever.
Yeah, they don't, like, oh, you're just turning around to leave? All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Mara and Rowan, you were gonna, what, talk to somebody, or?
Yeah, Rowan wants to try because as it seems really weird to him that you would make this elaborate illusion and even have a guard stopping you from entering. But yet when we got in here and literally Wilfred burst the door down, no one attacked.
All of those are good observations.
So Wilfred or Rowan just kind of wants to figure out like, why is everyone here? Like what has happened to them? Or do they know what's happened to them?
Well, so let's role play. There are various party goers, as I had described. Who would you approach? What would you say?
I would absolutely come up to a server because having worked in restaurants for so long, they are ignored and not paid attention to, and they hear the world.
Yeah.
So I would like to find someone carrying one of the champagne, the flutes of that Valine picked up. And
Especially if they have an empty tray and they're not, and so they're on their way back to get a refill.
All right.
So while he does that, Mara would stay close, but would be watching the people dancing.
Okay. So what do you say as you approach this server, Rowan?
And says, "Excuse me, what is this? It seems that this place is so exuberant and excited, whereas others don't seem to be outside of this place."
So he looks a little bit uncomfortable to be spoken to, like it's just not the done thing, you gather. But what he just says is, I'm sure that your host will be gratified to know that you are enjoying his function.
Rowan Rowan goes, clears his throat and says, "My name is Roman Gregor. I am on the seat. I am in the line for the seat of Neverwinter. I was invited here because I was told this was the height of civility and the place to be. But I also know that people who work these parties are generally not thought of to be on that same level. That's not my opinion because I have worked where you have worked. I've learned the heights at which you look up to. So decorum is not a thing you need to hold with me. I may be of noble birth, but I am of common roots." And I know it's definitely going to be a persuasion check.
I'm actually not going to have you make a persuasion check. Actually, go ahead and roll one just so. Well, no, because like you don't know like how good your roll is, like really, like in the fiction, right? What I'm just going to say is I'm not going to have you roll, but what the servant just says is, "Very good, sir. Is there something I can help you with?"
Who's all been invited here? He kind
My,
of
my apologies, sir, but this is traditionally a masked function.
Mara will kind of whisper to Rowan and say, ask where we can give our gifts for the host or the guest of honor.
I would like to be able to put my gift for the guest of honor. Where would I do that?
He gestures to a table that says gifts on it.
Arvik comes back over to well, where's our necromancer friend? Where'd she run off to?
So I think we'll briefly cut back over to Ale, who had only investigated a short hallway up till now. So where are you going next?
I'm gonna open this door. This is a door, correct?
Yes, it is. So here, let me just.
Or try to open the door. If
Yep.
the door's openable.
It is. You open it, and inside this irregularly shaped room contains 6 staffs stored in racks along its walls, with room for more. And there are, they are all like quarterstaff in size, but they have a variety of different styles and materials that they are made from. That I could read in detail if you prefer.
That's fine. No, I'll look at the staffs. They look like standard stuff, so then I will leave.
Well, I mean,
and
they're
go-
fancy, but they are
They're fancy.
staffs. Yeah.
Okay, so
Well,
so read
how
me the
about
staffs.
I will just read them. So
Read the
So
staffs.
from left to right, staff 1 is a straight stick of pale ash with a stern-looking owl's head carved into its top. Staff 2 is a smooth, polished length of blue-tinted wood that's as strong as steel, with black veins running through it, and an octopus carved into its top. Staff 3 is made of translucent purple glass, which splits into 3 branches at the top that circle around one another to form a hollow spiral with an orb of lighter purple glass tucked inside it. Staff 4 is carved from golden laspar wood, with carvings of fish swimming upriver along its length. Staff 5 is made of weirwood, a hardy substance similar to oak. Its shaft is gnarled and twisted, its top carved to resemble a human hand grasping a snake. Staff 6 is made of charlatan.
Oh crap! Okay, so I will grab the glass one just for fun.
The translucent purple glass one?
Yes, because that one looks the coolest to Ale. So he will take that one.
Sure.
But yes, the Charlotte one I'm going to side eye and go tell my companions about after I continue exploring here.
Yeah,
Because
all
that
right.
might have to be dealt with. So
Okay.
I'm going to leave here and go this way.
Yeah, so I'll go ahead and you can go ahead and open that door as well. And I will describe what you
Oh,
see.
shoot!
Yeah.
This is
and-
not good.
Hang on, chill out. Don't overreact. You're at a party. Act like you've been someplace. Okay. In that room, shifting green, purple, and blue light spills into this room through a single window. Bolted down tables hold an array of equipment. Beakers of alchemical fluid, alembics, cut crystal needles, surgical tools, coiled leather tubes, and more. Behind the tables stands an ornate suit of armor. Where the head should be is a swollen human brain floating inside a canister of translucent fluid. And I think we're going to use that opportunity to cut away.
Oh.
Yeah, so Wilfred, you and Valine are checking these other two rooms. I think in the middle one, you find a very similar room. You also don't find anything in that one. In the northernmost one, it's a similar room, but there is on that desk what appears to be a letter that was in progress that didn't get finished. And what it says, it details the acquisition of, first of all, it is in Loros, and Professor Scant is having to translate it for you. And he says, this letter appears to detail the acquisition of an artifact dating back to the Empire of Astoria. Ah, yes, this, I believe, is the spindle we heard about. The rune-covered stone spindle. They seem to think it has an unknown purpose. It says it has been moved to the Citadel's stasis chamber for further study.
And Wolford's going to go ahead and write that down in his book. And well, that's good to know. Let's go find the others.
Yeah. So I think just we can you can rejoin this next conversation at when you see fit. So Arvik, you had just asked, where's our necromancer friend?
Like, there's nothing interesting in these side rooms.
He does actually want to look at this. Want to look at this chest, though.
Yeah. Okay. The chest that's in that lounge.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's see. Okay. So yeah. There's a chest.
There's a chest. Can I take a close look at it? Is it locked? Is it?
Well, so I think there's a servant who's eyeing you suspiciously as you inspect it, but you can certainly look at it. A gem-studded cubic wooden chest sitting on a round marble table with an octopus-shaped base.
Okay. Give the octopus-shaped base a kind of squinty-eyed look. Go back and say, "Oh, this is a beautiful chest. Is it just on display, or?"
That is the master's abracadabras.
Okay. That is, it, like I said, it is a very beautiful chest.
Indeed.
All right, and I will put I've got my hands in my pockets, and I'm just going to walk away
All right.
because I don't know what that means, but I will tell other people, and maybe somebody else will know.
All right.
That sounds like something we've actually heard before.
Well, I will allow you to make history rolls to try to remember, because the answer is yes, you have heard of it before, but if you don't have your own notes for it,
Yeah.
I did. I did and got a 15.
Okay. I'll let you roll with advantage because Valine is kind of like, that does sound familiar.
Yeah, there was. I actually do remember because I did write it down.
Well, there you go.
We learned about it in the library. That there was a magic box called an abracadabras that creates food and drink.
That's
Okay.
right.
Okay, that's where they're getting the food and drink from.
Yeah.
Abracadabra, reach out and grab you.
Yeah.
All right,
Alright,
so while everyone is chatting about, oh yeah, we remember hearing about an abracadabras. Hey, Ale.
Yeah.
So this suit of armor with a brain in a jar for a head seems to lean forward and look down at you. It's not like huge, right? It's beefy, but it's humanoid sized suit of armor. But it just looks at her and it says it says something in this Loras language that you don't understand.
Sorry, don't speak it. I say in Draconic, not common. And I'm backing out of this room.
Okay. It follows.
Oh, okay, I'll bring this to my friends then.
It's not charging after you like it's chasing you, but it is.
No,
following.
but I'm gonna go all the way back to the party if Alyssa's thing stops me.
No, it doesn't stop you, but it is following.
So as soon as I get out to here, I say, guys, I need help.
Yeah.
Because I think Rowan's the closest, unless Rowan has moved.
So yeah, let me give you some handouts here. Where's there? There's definitely like where's the handout for this? Should be a handout. Hang
And
on.
how Ellie's still carrying the staff in his
hang on.
head.
Hang on. Sorry, one moment. This should have the handout. Yeah, there we go. So this is what the headpiece looks like. This brain in a jar.
Oh dear God.
Yeah.
Now we're on Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, and then the armor is basically just like a fancy sort of intimidating looking suit of armor with no helmet on it because the brain in a jar is like sitting in that spot. So as you are all looking, this follows Ale out, and the once again you hear this sort of hollow metallic sounding voice speaking in Loras again, and let's see, hang on.
Is Professor Scant around?
He is. Hang on, Valine has him. I'm just trying to figure out what she would say is what she says that Professor Scant translates is, "Are you adventurers that have made their way to this point? For what purpose?"
I'll look at everybody else because remember, I'm the dumb paladin. I should not answer this question.
We are seeking resources to use against the goddess that has cursed our land.
That's not a lie, even too.
So Professor Scant translates that, and then the response you get again here is, "My aim." This is Professor Scant, doing the translation. So she says, "My aim is to restore Ithrin to its past glory." And she believes that, yes, she says she needs Iriel Arthas's Staff of Power, which she intends to use with the obelisk to return, let's see, she believes that she can turn back time to undo the crashing of the city.
Oh, that. And Wilfred,
Yeah, the,
goes through his notes, says, "Yeah, that
And,
there's a
the
there's a
chronomancy
different
tower.
school of magic that it.
Yeah.
and this is the one that follows Ale out.
Well, yeah. So this suit of armor with a brain in a jar for a head is what
Oh.
is saying this.
So, so that definitely breaks Rowan's focus. Although I will openly admit to all of you, I have literally been to a gathering of adults and have been told, act like you have been someplace. Like I literally have been told this. But Rowan sees this, hears this, and looks over and goes, "Wait, are you saying that the staff held by the leader of this place, if placed somewhere else, can reverse time?"
So once again, Professor Scant translates that into Laros, and then when this hollow metallic voice replies, Professor Scant translates, "Yes, that is the obelisk's purpose. Apparently, it was used for that, to save the city from disaster on many such occasions. However, in this particular scenario, it was damaged during the crash and therefore could not be used. However, it could not be used in time, you see, but she believes that it could, in fact, still be used if she could obtain the staff, and she has requested that all of you retrieve it from his study."
What would
We could
happen?
do that.
How do we get to the study? Look, he like
We
he looks.
absolutely will do that.
Yeah, like looks at Iggy, thumbs up. How do
Yeah.
we get to the study?
The armor points to the area where the chasm is.
And what would happen to the rest of the area outside of Ithrin if the crash was undone?
So once again, you have the round of translation, and then Professor Scant says, she says, "That's not her concern."
That's not good.
Well,
Yeah.
question: how far back will the magic take?
Well, Valine is
Ithrin.
saying, if the intent is to undo the crashing of the city, that happened thousands of years ago.
Yeah, if the obelisk is still damaged, I don't know that it will be able to do it. But
If we can get an ally with this, I don't think it's what will she give us in return if we give her the stuff?
So do you ask Professor Scant to translate that?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
The response, he says, is, "You will all be granted the privilege of experiencing this city at its height, and to witness the secrets of the Netherese in their active state, rather than plundering ruins." And
And then
Valine
we
says, she kind of gives a look of like, "Does sound pretty cool," like that sort of look.
And we would be returned to this current time once we were finished, or would we be?
Once again, there's the back and forth, and then Professor Scant says again, she says once again that that's not her concern.
Of course not.
Yeah.
all right, well, let's at least take a look at the.
Ask her if she knows of a way to get across that chasm without flying.
She replies, and once again you get the translation. She says, if she was able to get to Ariel Arthas's study herself, she would have done so already.
Fair enough.
Gotta fly.
All right.
Okay. Well, I guess we know where we need to go, and we should probably do that.
You all turn around and Mara
so
is dancing with some random person.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, guys, there's a Shardo and Steph in one of those rooms I found before I ran into our brain friends.
You know, if we,
The
if you-
armor takes a step forward and says something a bit more forcefully. Professor Scant translates that as, "Are you agreeing to her terms?"
Yes.
yeah, I think that's
Yeah.
we can do that. Yeah, because it's personally I think it's got a snowball's chance in hell. So.
So you kind of all say that the armor seems to to relax a little bit and replies that Professor Scant translates. "Very well," she says. She will await you here."
All right.
Okay. Wow.
And the person that you're dancing with, Mara, is a good dancer, and you can feel them.
That's lovely. And I will ask about, how would we pay proper homage to the host of this delightful soiree?
So
Basically, she's pulling out every single storyline from her romance novels that she's been reading and like trying to make them sound natural.
Sure. So, question: have you approached a male, female, or perhaps non-binary attendee here?
Probably a non-binary one. Mara has no real preference.
Sure. So as you ask that, and you're kind of whirling around, they say, "Well, I have to say you're certainly impressing me. So if you just keep being your spectacular self, I'm sure Irilathus will be impressed as well."
Oh, you are
Aw.
so charming.
"No, you are."
Oh no, you are, and you're such a good dancer.
"Oh, you too." And does kind of like spins you into a dip.
Woo! so fancy. My ear fell off. My goodness.
Wow. That is some charm.
Well, if anyone could make that look good, it's you.
Oh.
All right.
Well, thank you for gracing me with the dance. And she bows and goes back to the party and is like, I didn't find out anything, but that was fun, and also I'm very charming apparently.
I'm headed back over to that
All right. Yep.
archway
Yeah.
that's next to the window there, and kind of you kind of cluster the group together. Like, all right, I can cast a fly that will affect two of us, and then some of the lighter members of our group, the two of us who are flying, can carry, and that's four.
Or how about this? How about you cast fly and carry me, and we'll go over there, raid the thing, grab the staff, come back, and I can cast Dimension Door to get us back over here if we need to.
All right.
Was
I can only bring one
raiding?
person.
Because I have to concentrate somewhere.
I think Valine says, "I am not persuaded that the room we see over there is the study. It doesn't look like a study to me. I think it's simply the means to which to access the study."
Okay.
So I
think we all gotta get across.
I think we all need to get across.
Okay, so how far across the chasm is it?
35 feet.
Ah, crap. That's too long for Misty Step. Damn it.
Gosh, it's
course.
almost like they planned it that way.
Almost they planned it that way.
Well, what you could do is take a running start, Misty Step, and then land on the other side.
I'm not sure that. Yeah, I think that'd be a real bad athletics check, and if I fail, I go down.
No. So,
How many? All right. When you cast fly at 5th level, how many people can You
Well, I
you
only
effect.
have one 5th level slot, and I am loath to use it for this. I could
I'm
get
referring more to Iggy.
Um, I can hit 3 since I'm casting at 5th level now. I can get 3 people.
Okay.
Right. And you get your slots back with a short rest.
Yeah.
So if we wanted to hang out for a while, or even, I mean, this is we have not been rated yet. But that being said, I have this premonition that that Demilich is going to reform anytime, could reform at any time. So
Well,
didn't we feel like I recall the last session we felt like some sense of foreboding.
perhaps
So
one cast of fly, and like it lasts enough time that we could shuttle.
shuttle
Like,
people across.
yeah.
Yeah. All right. I am going to cast fly at 4th level on myself and Wilfred.
All right.
Because Wilfred's the strongest. I have the greatest carrying capacity for being a Goliath. Wilfred is the strongest, and we will shuttle people across the gap, starting with Aule and Iggy. I
Okay.
think.
Well,
Because
so I
Aule's
will.
got it. I'll take Aule. He's heavier, but I can carry an
Well,
awful
I
lot.
will go ahead and move tokens. So Iggy and Wilfred and Aule and
Yeah.
Arvik over there, and then so what you see when you arrive over there, uh, your reflections dance over the mirrored surfaces of this chamber. 11 alcoves extend from the walls like the points of a star, each one narrowing to a niche where a gently glowing crystal is mounted 5 feet above the floor. The air seems to hum with pent up power, and this room has a like yeah, and so that's what you see, and just as I think as Arvik and Wilfred are going back for the others, what starts to happen while Ale and Iggy are there, suddenly the crystals brighten as rays of energy burst forward one by one to converge in the center of the room. As more of the rays intersect, a translucent figure comes into view where their light converges. A bald man wearing a long purple gown. His face breaks into a smile as he sees you. And so I'm assuming that this shuttling process is, like
Ongoing,
you're doing it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Ongoing.
So I'll just
We're doing this quickly. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll go ahead and just like move you all over there. Like there's no point in like belaboring it. So, but yes, this bald man smiles and looks to you and then says in common, "Hello, welcome. I am Everlast. Who may I know to whom I am speaking?"
The speakers. We are the seekers. I am
seekers.
Ale Ardritmer.
I'm Wilfred Cole.
Arvik Marcher Northwind.
Valine introduces herself. Valine Harpel of the Arcane Brotherhood.
Iggy.
And I didn't Spence had to step away.
Oh,
Yeah.
I guess so, but it's okay. It's not like this isn't a test. He's just
Yeah.
asking. So, presumably, Mara introduces herself, and he just says, "Welcome. I have to say, I am pleased to speak with you. I have not had the opportunity to speak with new faces in quite some time, so I am pleased to speak with you, and I wonder what I might help you with."
We wish to go to the Uriel office's study.
Well, I can imagine that many would seek to visit Irilarthus' study. However, I regret that part of my programming, my orders, command me to not reveal the city's secrets to outsiders.
What about an envoy from the Shadowfell?
That does still sound as though it would be an outsider.
Well, I have been sent with a missive from my people for Eriolarthus.
Well, then I'm afraid that I would need Eriolarthus's permission, and he has not returned to the tower in longer than typical.
That is unfortunate.
So I would ask you if you wish to address Eriolarthus. He is not currently in his study, and I would suggest that you wait for him out in the ballroom. I think you would be more comfortable there. Although feel free to stay and speak with me as long as you like, but I cannot tell you how to reach his study. I'm sorry.
Wilfred would like to look around with, eye to the arcane.
Sure, sure. So as I mentioned, it's like this whole room has got like a mirrored finish to it. There's about a 30-foot ceiling, and it's got all these little niches where these little glowing gems at the end of each one are clearly magical. But if you want to, look around the room, anyone
Yeah.
who's kind of inspecting the room. Let's not just have everybody roll, but let's have whoever's doing the inspecting. We can say someone rolls with advantage.
I, Wilfred, roll.
Yeah,
Hey,
go ahead.
Go
So
for it.
I'm just saying that this is not a roll off where everyone gets to roll, and then it's just so
Yeah.
whoever's looking around the room.
Arcana, right?
No, this is I'm saying this is a perception check as you're looking
Oh,
around the room to see what there is to see. Yeah.
Okay. And I roll with advantage because for help.
I mean, I don't know. You guys tell me what you're doing. Like,
Yeah,
is everyone else just
yeah.
standing around? I mean, tell me.
Yeah, if Wilfred's starting this pattern of looking around things, I will aid him in doing that, even though this is not really my thing. But we're kind of stuck in this chamber. This ghost thing is not telling us what we want to know, so maybe we gotta find our own answers. So I'll help Wilfred.
And given what we've seen with the previous room and so forth, it may either be a specific question we need to ask, or they're just not conjured to ask or to answer what we ask.
Yeah. Well, the other thing I'll point out is that like the people in the ballroom, to all your senses, seem to be real and actually there in the room. This is obviously a conjured, translucent, glowing purple figure.
I have a question for our translucent purple friend.
Mm-hmm.
How is it that you speak our language?
It is part of the magic that created me that I might act as a servant to any who would visit, with Eriolarthus's permission, of course. He has many apprentices that seek him out for his magical knowledge from all over the world.
Okay. So it doesn't matter when these apprentices come to visit.
I have a magical
that he will-
capacity that allows me to speak any language.
Okay.
Aha. Well, so with a 22 perception. So we'll come back to that in a moment, but let's not interrupt what Iggy was asking.
No, it's just I am impressed by the complexity and the longevity of
Well-
the way that you have been that you have been built. It is amazing.
Ah, thank you. If only our city were at its best as well. I'm afraid you are not seeing the city at its prime. I wonder if you would be interested in contributing to the city's restoration.
How would that be accomplished?
Well, that's a good question. I do not have the capacity myself, I'm afraid, but I do have an interest in the restoration. And so if I would be able to answer any questions that would lead to that, I could attempt to that, short of, as I mentioned, revealing the city's secrets to outsiders.
Okay. Do you think that the chronomancy obelisk would be able to restore the city? We were able to admire it on our journey here.
I know that Veneranda has an itch, you might say, to attempt that. My personal feeling is that it might be unwise, for the obelisk was damaged in the crash. Eriolarthus himself attempted to repair it, but was unsuccessful.
Oh yeah.
Who's Verolanda?
Our
Right. I know. Ollie knows that, but I'm asking this guy what.
Oh,
Yeah. I'm trying
Well,
to-
if you met the armored individual out in the ballroom, that was Veneranda. Whether or not she had the good manners to introduce herself.
I see.
With your 22 perception, Wilfred, you and the others who are helping you notice that in the ceiling, 30 feet above you, there seems to be a circular hatch that is about it's about like 7 feet diameter. Um, that it is closed, but you can see where it could theoretically swing open.
I believe that's the. I believe that's the doorway we were told about.
So yeah, Everlast just kind of goes, hmm?
Huh? I perhaps we should.
I cannot confirm nor deny the existence of any hatch or door that you might have heard about.
Oh God.
Roman kind of goes,
All right then.
Um, would I would the fly spell still be active, or
I mean, theoretically, yeah.
Yeah,
You've
well,
not
last-
been here.
Wolford's
last-
gonna go ahead
last
and
10
go.
minutes, right?
10 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Wolford's
I
gonna
don't,
go
I
up
don't know
and-
that you have a ton of time left on it, but you know.
Gonna go up to it and try and open it.
Okay. What do you do to try to open it? Do you just try to just
well,
grab it, or what?
If there's see if there's like a latch or something you can.
I mean, there doesn't seem to be like a handle that you turn. I mean, you could kind of just try to grab the edge and pull it open.
Or push.
Or push. It looks that you see hinges that look like it's designed to open out. But so you could try that unless you have some other idea. But there's not like a doorknob to turn.
I'll try and get pull.
Okay.
I'll go up and help him.
All right. Let's see a strength check with advantage if you're being aided.
Okay. Advantage. 23.
With the 23, you do manage to pull it open, and reveals a shaft that just travels upward. It looks like it goes quite a ways, straight up.
Okay.
All right. You've got rope on you, right?
Yeah.
All right, let's go. And Wilford and I will just zoom up to the top because we need to be able to give other people a chance to get up there. Or do you want to try and shuttle people up? I don't think I have a lot of time left.
Yeah. So I think while you're heading up there, like Everlast just kind of is looking up there with the rest of you and looks down at the rest of you and just kind of says, "Well, will you look at that? I am prohibited from revealing the city's secrets. However, I am not prohibited to wish you luck in finding something up there that will assist with the city's restoration."
Fair enough.
Get it.
Yeah, we're gonna. How far to the top of the shaft?
So you go upwards a little ways. You look like it. There you see just a little bit of light ahead of you. You look like it travels an additional 50 feet upward. So like the hatch is 30 feet off the ground, and then it goes another 50 feet after
so
that.
a couple of coils of rope should be able to make the distance.
Okay. So what I'm going to briefly do here as you is I'm going to move just Wilfred and Arvik over to that layer of the map. Let me move you over there.
But if there's any immediate threats where we are, we're definitely going right back down.
Well, I'm gonna tell you what you see. So you ascend into an oval hall glittering with frost. Carvings decorate the walls, and long icicles hang from the ceiling. A 10-foot radius dome of translucent ice encloses the area around the shaft from which you emerge. And right now, I'm assuming you're just peeking your heads up.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
yeah. From which you emerge. So at the far end of the hall, two blade-shaped patches of pitch darkness hover in the air to either side of a double door. A glowing green crystal, roughly the size of a human fist, is set into the arch above the doorway.
Okay. Is this dome base? This dome looks like it's about the size of a human's tiny hut.
Well, it does seem to be of that same size, yes.
All right.
Well, this should probably be able to hold. This should be able to hold most of us, if not all of us. So,
Well, like, what would you be, like, attaching the rope to?
well, I figure.
Okay, here's what I got. We take my staff, put a knot in the center, then hold it against the edge of the wall with the staff, kind of, lying on the floor on either side of the shaft. So there's a minimum amount of, so it's right like on the edge of the circle.
Okay.
So that there's a minimum amount of bowing in the staff.
Sure.
And Wilfred and I hold on to the ends of it to keep it from sliding off and going down. And drop the rope for everyone. Well, or if we've got enough time, we can zoom down and shuttle people up. What do you think, Wilfred?
I think the rope is probably a better idea.
That's a long way to climb.
Yeah, it is. It's 80 feet.
Does Marcher think that we've got enough time to shuttle people up using the remains of the fly spell?
Yes.
Okay, then that's what we'll do.
All right. Yeah.
So, as you start heading back down, like, who are you bringing back up with you first?
Ale and Iggy.
Okay. So I'm going to bring Ale and Iggy over, and it's not probably too much of a spoiler to point out that it's there is danger potentially in this area. So I'm going to ask you to put your tokens where you would want them to be as you are brought up out of that hole.
Yep.
You can't be outside the blue circle.
Oh, blue circle. All right, never mind. Thank you.
Okay, so we're going to roll initiative. Yeah.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah.
Uh-huh.
Oh yes.
May I mean, it's 10 o'clock, and I would like to postpone this combat to the next session.
Okay, I think that's fair. So yes, what I will say is that Ale, as you find yourself, placed up on that ledge above the hole, you're kind of looking around at your surroundings, and you look at those two sort of hovering sword-shaped patches of darkness, and then as you sort of like stand there, you see both of them sort of go zoom, and then they're zooming towards you, and that's where that'll be our cliffhanger.
Dun dun dun.
Yeah. All right. So we will find out what happens with the Seekers next time as they continue to climb the spire of Irilarthus and hopefully to win the adventure.
Yay.
Yeah. All right. So we'll leave it there for now. Thank you everyone for listening and or watching, and we will be back next week for more adventure on so many levels. Rime of the Frostmaiden.